we are back with another episode of Survivors of Tarnstead. We're going to start in our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Blackheart as,
Kirik Marsh.
we have Kronos as,
RG Alira.
we have Hedden as,
Tilde.
we have Sammy as,
I put food in my mouth. Gifted and brought her in a great deal.
we have Tobias as,
SPP is still shot.
and you have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM. And there will be no Marcus this weekend as they are stealing his power or wires or something. I don't know. Who would like to give the recap? It should be an easy one. Okay, go for it.
All right. So last week we picked up immediately after the previous week. We were getting onto the bridge, and we found a very familiar face on the bridge. In fact, it was the only face on the bridge outside of our own, which is actually a little untrue because it was one of our own. It was Cassiopeia, but not actually. It was really Michael, an alt universe Michael who was possessing the body of Cassie and was very angry. She was also in a Sphinx Initiative uniform. We tried to make peace. She was very angry about whatever happened in her time and told us to surrender. We didn't. We started fighting. Fight took a while. She was very deadly. We got some assistance from what appears to be the ship. And at the very end, she was transported away by the captain of the ship after Tilde re-enabled the transporter. And then she was shot by the ship and blew up. Cassie was not happy at all because she was getting close to maybe talking Michael down. And then the captain, Keller, came and spoke with us in a very tense moment where Cassie was force fielded to avoid her attacking him. Eventually, she was sent to the shuttle that we had taken to get onto the ship. And we talked a bit more with Keller and kind of learned that the ship is not as basic as it seems. And so we went to not holodeck for legally distinct purposes and learned that the ship essentially has Inaya, one of the Sphinxes, who has a very tragic love story with Stephen Keller's, where they get involved and he ends up dying, and it's happened multiple times, and then she ended up captured, and this Captain Keller is tied into this, and she requests that we let her die because she's in pain. And Keller stays behind, and basically we escape the ship, tell everybody to get off as quickly as they can, and then ship blew up.
Ship blew up. Very good. Go ahead and take yourself a standard inspiration. Right, and we are going to pick up where we left off. You are on the shuttle journey back down towards your homeworld, your planet, your beloved little orb in the sky, which is getting increasingly larger as you approach it.
It's just that you're approaching it. Is it mostly blue?
It is mostly blue. There is a lot of water.
Count the continents?
Sure. I think visible to you guys right now, you're approaching. You guys can see 5 distinct landmasses that are separated from each other. A couple of them start to curve around out of sight, but you can see them. Even then, the landmasses are rather small to the sheer amount of ocean there is. In Earth-like terms, it's like you have the gap of like the Atlantic or such between each landmass at the very least, if not more. You don't have the same sort of clustering as you do on Earth.
Oh,
So this world is huge.
It's very big.
planet.
Do we know because we've seen maps?
You've
of
seen.
our whole continent. Are we able to see Barast? Like,
Go
my
ahead and give me an intelligence check to try and identify.
Okay. Control.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
Sorry.
Who do you end up +3 from?
He's the one that actually makes.
Oh, right,
maps.
your bard.
Yeah, it's not a surprise that Telday is able to spot it. Also, not a surprise that Cassidy isn't.
Probably should have
pissed.
asked if
Gif-
I have a
Gifton
bonus
doesn't
from
know.
Gifton
can't read maps.
She's illiterate, can't read maps.
No, it's she gets confused because she looks at the picture that's drawn and then she looks around her and goes, "I don't see the trees on there."
Yeah. It's for a lot of you. This is telling you how woefully inadequate your maps actually are. It's not particularly accurate, but Carrick, you've got a good guess as to what it might be. RG, yeah, you're fairly certain, and Telday, yeah, that there is the continent that Barast is on. It's starting to swing out of you as you're coming down towards Sahar, but you can see a landmass that you would say is home, or maybe you wouldn't at your point in life, but there it is. You could guess that the landmass to its direct north is likely the continent Hexenreich dwells on. Who knows? Maybe the landmasses move. A couple of the others you've got no bloody clue on. Soon enough, you are coming down into atmosphere. There is an alarming moment where the window you're looking out of starts to glow and become fiery.
Is it supposed to do that?
Is it hot outside?
It's very hot outside, and yes, it is supposed to do that. Nothing to be alarmed about.
I'm just gonna reach out and poke the glass.
Completely cool to the touch.
Okay.
But I don't see any wood.
Wood isn't
grass.
the only thing that burns.
I mean, I need fire to do that. I mean, that do that.
You need fire to make fire.
Oh yeah, but you don't need grass to make fire. How many weird things have we seen catch on fire?
We're not really on fire. Just
Air doesn't catch on fire.
yes, it does.
No, it does
Does it?
not.
Which is actually giving control. Air absolutely catches on fire.
Air doesn't catch on fire.
I'd explain to you exact physics about what's happening, but I don't actually know them fully myself.
I'm sorry, the only science man I'd accept telling me is currently crazy.
Huh?
Oh,
Your
So-
weird lizard man told me about science once.
Okay.
so when we land, have I made good on my?
Yeah, we're good. I was gonna ask, did you want to like get dropped off in like the Feywild and maybe just like kept in like a time bubble for a while, or? 'Cause you said you wanted to go back to your present, right?
I do, but I'm very concerned about the reception now. Mind if I just hang around a little bit and see how this all
You
falls
go
out?
where you won't go where you want to go, and that's fine with me. If you
Fantastic.
need help, you let me know.
Can I have the ship?
We kind of need to go drop something off in space, but you could probably have it after,
It was a stretch anyway. Don't worry.
because we're supposed to go pick Speary up.
We probably also in general shouldn't promise this thing away when they know we have it.
Huh?
It's technically taken from the Sphinx Initiative. You probably should eventually.
Yeah, but they're dicks, right?
I mean, more so
Some
with
of them.
this big old target on its head.
That's true. Yeah. Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Coming in for landing now. If you all sit down, I have not actually much experience in landing these things.
Did my angel form wear off? I don't know how long the trip was.
Your angel long form lost
An
for
hour.
an hour. Yes, it would have worn off by now.
I'm gonna go cuddle up with Dingus.
Dingus, this is a little meep meep, and you just get the thing of why two Cassies?
Shaking my head.
Why-
Too many Cassies.
why
Too many Cassies.
Why we blow up Cassie?
Angry. Angry
Oh,
try to kill us.
His head tilts over towards Cassie.
Also angry.
Hail.
There's a little meep meep of don't have to kill Cassie.
I hope not. Don't worry, Dingus. We're expecting that she'll calm down.
We're hoping.
Someday.
Right,
That's when sedatives were invented.
the
Actually,
landing.
I'm gonna saddle up with Dingus on the way down. That'll make sense as I'm sitting down.
Actually,
Strapping in my saddle.
you know what? I'm going to roll to see just how well he does on the landing. It's okay. There's a little bit of a bump. The shuttle skids ever so slightly along the sand outside the Fomerian complex. But you come in for a landing and land safe and sound. Demon Steven immediately starts to do a little power down sequence. You brought the other Steven with you as well, right? The prisoner Steven.
The prisoner Steven, yeah.
Yes.
He was with us, so I'm assuming he came with. So
Yeah.
He was either teleported straight down or he would.
Yeah.
With us. Those were the
Actually, I
options.
think because he lacked the band being back to the shuttle, he would have actually been part of the go to the transporter pad.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Right. So,
We didn't hit any of them on the landing, did we?
no.
That's Carrick's actual question. She doesn't know how the teleport and stuff work.
When you land, the shuttle doors start to open up, and immediately you can see Raziel waiting outside. James, your Raziel. James,
Big Raz, not little Raz.
Big Raz, not little Raz. Gives you all the sort of nod and goes, "Fun trip."
No. Cass is stomping off and away.
He looks at the rest of you.
Kind of.
We found an alternative for her that we had to fight, and then she got blown up into space and died.
It was possessed by.
Damn.
Huh. So, an eventful trip then.
Did you know Nephilim can fully dismiss a wish spell?
Yes.
Tried that 5 times. I
Well,
learned after the
not
5th
me.
one. Well, me, and me, and me, and me, and me, and me.
they also
And
moved
they all died. Also,
the thing doing the wish.
50 of me are dead.
Wow.
Out of character and out of context.
I've only learned
It
one
has
thing.
said out of context.
I have only learned one thing from this, and that is 50 was not enough. I need more next time.
Well, apparently, whatever you did, they're aware of. We have plenty of prisoners here now. I assume that's what we're treating them as for the time being.
Yeah, time being.
And apparently
Supposed to talk to the
the Sphinx Initiative are asking for a meeting once more. Morgani has told them quite soundly to wait.
Thanks for that, at least. We are at the very least turning over the Stevens to Hea. I don't know what we're doing with the rest of them. I guess we should get the ones back from Oberon.
He mentioned a chief medical officer who would be able to help us as
Was
well.
Was it a medical officer? I thought it was a CFO. Is it a CMO?
It was CMO.
Okay.
Simo.
CMO. Okay, yeah. So we have a CMO that we need to talk to for the conditions of their people and their release.
Raz is actually pausing, and you can see his eyes flickering about, of like trying to figure out what that acronym is.
I don't know what a CMO is.
Simo.
I guess we'll ask them.
Oh,
Is it a device?
if I remember, didn't he say a name? Kirk trying to remember. His Kirk flips through notes.
It's a name.
I'm pretty sure you
did
did
say
it.
name.
Just trying to find it in my crazy notes.
Mhm.
Raziel is sort of gesturing at the shadow, going, "Are you okay to just leave this sitting here?" I guess.
I guess we can trust Steven with it, right, Steven?
Stephen sort of gives a thumbs up and goes, "I'm not going anywhere."
Yeah, Steven's pretty chill. And we gave Steven a gun.
I got a gun.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to tell them that?
Oh my god, he's
What
got
do you
a
care?
gun.
A gun.
I trust Steven with a gun and a spaceship.
Look, I've even got it on stun.
How can a gun stun?
wait,
Doesn't
no.
it just shoot through?
What? No.
Sleep arrows.
I do have
That's out
sleep
of
arrows. They aren't very good though, and they seem to kill people.
Oh, they're very good. That's the problem.
I might pull my little bow a little too taut when I shoot them.
Morgani is waiting for us to get inside. I think
Oh, she's actually waiting.
okay.
I thought that she just dismissed the Sphinx Temple people. We
she's
were
done
okay.
that as well.
Wait, she's inside the Furimir complex. Did she just kind of decide that they're kind of her people, so she's just kind of moved in?
I think so.
Oh, that's very awkward for Valda.
I mean, there are two of her children there.
Well, there was one willing to talk to her, and the other one's hiding around in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably go in. I'm
probably a
gonna
good idea.
gesture, and I'm just gonna going. So, thanks. Just go ahead and watch over this as best you can, Steven. Trust you lots. If it's gone when I come back out, I'm not looking for you because I don't want to.
He just sort of points at you and winks.
Yep. And I'm gonna start flapping on Dingus over to Sumerian door.
Right. Okay. You can all head into the Fomerian mansion. And the moment you step in, Morgani apparently hasn't been hanging out far from the entrance. The big sort of dining place that was used for all the fun and games and so on. Seems to have taken it over as a ad hoc, this is my domain. When you enter, there are a couple of her angels in there with her. A couple of very, very immensely uncomfortable Fomerian guards standing just outside the room, sort of looking in. And she seems to have a few of the crew from that ship with her, judging by the fact they have uniforms in various colours.
They're just cosplayers.
And looks like she was talking to one of them when you entered, but her gaze immediately sort of turns over to you all, and she gives you all a sort of acknowledging nod and beckons you forth.
Okay. It's like that stilted moment of shit. Do I need to dismount and bow? And then, okay, I guess we're coming closer instead.
I gotta move closer.
RG moves up.
You all
Walk
did very well. Not only did you deal with what I asked you to, you have obtained for us a great source of information, and I felt what was up there as well. You dealt with a great threat. And her gaze actually sort of lingers over to you, Cassie. I imagine this troubles you.
Oh, like you wouldn't believe. Because I know where they are now.
Hmm.
They might have survived had they not been shot.
They would have been shot by me.
I think only one of them was there, but yes.
Also, I think they were going to explode anyway.
You can't heal what was going on to them. I've tried. I tried to save him when that happened, and it didn't work.
Perhaps it will bring you a degree of comfort, child, to know that even in those times we haven't ended the threat before it could reach fruition, Nephilim, allowed to exist on its own, will unravel itself in the end, and cause great destruction in doing so.
Can we
So
fix
I'm just a
that?
walking time bomb. That's good to know.
No, because you are not Nephilim.
You kind of have the part that would necessitate that.
How much are you aware of what that was up there?
The moment that is being left the interiors of the vessel, it became clear to all of us, as well as
The
the one in
Initiative.
control. Oh, the initiative?
They bound her to that ship. They were using her. They took her free will away.
Michael?
I don't think she knows of
Then you don't
what was
know.
powering.
The ship, that time travel ship, they made it by doing horrible things to one of Heia's sphinxes.
They bound its spirit to the ship.
It and the ship were one, and it did not have the ability to use free will anymore.
Her gaze
freed it.
turns through the Sphinx Initiative personnel standing before her. Notably, there's only 3 of them.
The
Uh,
captain of the ship was unaware of what it was.
Were any of you aware of what you were standing within? One of them, she looks quite elderly, stark white hair, clear wrinkles on her face, but she looks fit, well built. It's just sort of standing with her hands behind her back, and she just, and not even looking at Taya or any of you, just staring directly ahead, and she goes, "We were unaware as to the state of our vessel or what it was bound to."
It was the Sphinx Anaya. And the reason the Stevens are bound to the Sphinx temples is because she fell in love with them. And she shared a lifetime with them. And we found out a lot about that from her before we let her go.
When you say let her go, are you talking about unbinding her from the vessel, or?
We unbound the full controls on her. She made the choice to send everyone to safety, and she blew herself up.
From what we
That's
could
her
get
end.
from her, she could not be removed
Separated.
from the ship.
Morgani suddenly looks troubled. She looks away from all of you, thinking about something, and just goes, "This could be quite troublesome for my niece to know."
Yes.
But she should know.
And People must be held accountable.
You have her trust,
don't-
and she has yours. This decision is yours.
Also, the important thing I think she needs to know is that Sphinx was the sickly one, the one that wasn't doing very well.
Hmm.
Anaya
The smallest.
managed to have a life outside her temple with that man that she loved. She cherished him and she bound herself to him. So every one of those Stevens out there is in a way her what would be the word?
Son-in-law.
Sort of, yeah. I mean,
Sorry,
I was more thinking like of a major love bond situation, like soulmate. I think
Ah.
she, through time and possibility, made every possible incarnation of Stephen Keller her soulmate. So every one of them knows about the Blue Lagoon where they met the first time on their first date.
Creation of my niece are as reckless in the wielding of their power as she is, I see.
But I, in honor of that Sphinx, cannot willfully allow violence to happen to the Stephen Kellers. It would be wrong.
I personally have no problem with the Stephen Kellers. Your prisoners here, one of them informed me that they have been altered mentally.
Yes, they have been
There's just
retraining
no
their brains,
circumstance.
which is why one of them thought that their family was being kept in a time bubble on the ship and could be rescued. They never had a family.
To me, the most just thing would be to wipe their memories of the events that have happened and set them on their way. However, the crimes that they have committed are not on my soil, they are on O'Hare's.
Mm-hmm.
It is fair that she should at least be told and given the
Yes.
decision.
Anaya did say mother knows best.
Yes.
These, however, I consider their presence around my most sacred of sites a direct affront.
There is at least one that I would like to speak with. The chief medical officer.
The elderly white-haired lady sort of looks over to you when you says that, and she goes, "That would be me."
Captain Keller suggested that we speak with you.
Yes. She actually looks towards a nearby table where you can see a set of wrist pads sitting. They're not wearing any themselves. Looks like they were confiscated. We received a file transfer directly from the Corsair before we left. I didn't have a lot of time to look, but looks like all of the captain's confidential files are there and unlocked. I can only intuit that he intended them to be shared.
Yes, that was something he wanted the information out there. I don't understand. I look at the wrist how there are logs in this, but I'm sure you do. Do these work like the crystal that Carrick has?
The little eyebrow arch from her.
Gonna pull out the crystal. Just
I'm guessing
it's
that's
similar.
a primitive crystalline alternative to one of your spell books.
Yes.
And in a manner, yes, data storage.
Ah, so it's like my little black box of music. Got it.
You know, these might be the people to ask you about your box of music some
Do
point.
you know how to get electricity into
Maybe
something?
not right now.
Oh,
But
okay. Look at Carrick like, I feel like I was suddenly betrayed after being set up.
I said maybe these are the people. I didn't say ask them now.
She there's a slight upturn of her lips when you mention your music box. But she just sort of goes, "I'd be happy to aid you in whatever you need." The man standing next to her looks a bit younger. Actually looks fairly Baratheon, just based on the red hair, slightly freckled. Sort of turns and gives her a sharp look and just says, "Well, to speak of anything other than name or rank, and to ask for correct representation." And she just gives him a dour look.
I do believe you just said more than that.
He sort of like purses his lips together, looks vaguely annoyed by that.
The Great Lord Oberon, hallowed be his name, has in his possession, I believe, several of your people in the Feywild. Should I be making connections to get them back for you?
The elderly lady, she sort of waves her hand a bit and goes, "I'm sure you're in contact with a more mainline Sphinx initiative representative." Yes?
What?
There's
An official
the
You mean
one-
the-
Sphinx initiative representative, I'm sure, has been in contact.
They've been talking to Talon. They don't talk to us.
Well, they should probably talk to you now, and you have some bargaining power there. Return of personnel
Okay,
is
so-
leverage. I hope that you'll be treating everybody well in the meantime.
That's why I should probably be getting them back from Oberon.
Are you all accounted for?
We, in the sense that I know what has happened to everybody and where they all are, yes.
Are any of them injured or have any requirements?
Our chief engineer tried to regain control of the ship and abort the reactor meltdown, and thus did not come with us. I assume that he did not survive the explosion.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Our chief of security died on landing. She sort of looks over at Morgani and the two angels with her, and one of the angels is just staring daggers at this sort of gathered group.
I am also sorry for that.
I'm not, he was an idiot.
Is it possible, I turn to Morgani, that we assist in bringing him back?
We tried. He did not want to return, and Immel would not flex on that.
Nod.
That's fair.
And she actually seems annoyed by this, like, this is a sort of repeated annoyance, perhaps through their entire existence together.
I am in charge of this stuff. I'm not giving it up whenever you want.
Listen, just because you asked doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. It would seem that the most appropriate thing for us to do would be to contact the goddess Hea, bring her up to speed, and then with her speak to Talon. As much as I would like to take control of negotiating of everyone here, I don't understand how gods work in their little hierarchy. Sorry to say it that way, but I understand that Morgani in this instance feels slighted, and you would fall under the purview, being part of the Sphinx Initiative, as Hea's people. So you are Hea's responsibility.
I'd like to make a small request. I understand that Hea will likely have the deciding factor here.
Mm-hmm.
If I am to help you in going through this information and acting as much of a witness as I think you want,
mm-hmm.
I'd like to request asylum.
within this time period in this land?
Land is negotiable, but this time period, yes.
I, General Gifton Greysteel, offer you asylum in the lands of Barast.
Lean over and try to like whisper Gifton. You do realize that you're not technically a general of Barast in this time period.
Barast is what I say it is in this time period.
Gifton gets far away, look, and goes, Queen of Barast.
Yeah, congratulations, we're founding Barast just so we can uphold our freaking promise.
I am fairly certain that I could speak to any of the Goliath tribes or the Fae in the, on the continent of Laril and make sure this woman has asylum.
We will be able to work
Oh,
out
should be fine.
details, but
Morgani's staring at this lady. Then she looks over at you, Gifton, when you say that, with like that look of like, I don't approve of this. But she goes, if Haya acquiesces to this, I will accept.
Yes. I'm gonna give it an abused little smirk at Brigani.
She said, looking at the other two prisoners, and you can almost see like the clenched teeth as she goes, I want them, but they must be used as bargaining chips.
Again, I think if I were to guess on the appropriateness of how gods would handle such a matter, you will need to bring up your desire to punish them through Hea. This is a wild guess from what I've seen from incidents that happened here inappropriately in your name.
This is true. However, this is also all muddied by the fact that normally I would push for my right, and yet I have pity for the child.
She is in the middle of a lot of things.
And this is just going to weigh on her further. It has.
yep. Oh, please continue.
She just sort of waves a hand dismissively at the prisoners as like, fine, I give up my right to them. Never mind the fact that she'd likely have to argue for that right to begin with. But
she's got that dragon entitledness though, where she feels like if she has right to something,
they
you
are
have to
hers.
fight
Yeah.
for her to not have them. Not the other way around.
Yeah.
She's already got property claims.
Which
She's also used to mortals and such basically being like, "Oh yes, God, okay, yep, gonna do whatever you
Yep.
ask."
Already said no.
But she turns her back to them and sort of starts to walk over closer to you all. And she just, I'll make it clear. No matter what you do with them, if any of them step foot on my land, I will lay claim.
I would expect no less. They have sinned against you most of all in this, as their actions would directly affect your future and safety of your and your family.
As to that, you've all done
In the
me.
process of moving them, if they step on your land temporarily, just for us to get them elsewhere, is that okay, or is it?
They will
assuming
be mine.
any-
We will keep them from your land, or at least warn them that if they do go to it.
Yes. You must understand this warning is the generosity to begin with. If they end up on my land for the briefest of moments by accident or no, she just smiles, showing off the teeth. But beyond that,
Corvus, I'm not going to Hexenreich again. I'm scared.
you've all done
I'm
a
scared.
great service in fulfilling your crusade. As such, I will reward you to show that I am not unrecognizing of your work to help me. So, what would you like? What great magical feats or powers? What about you, little one? She's looking at you, Gifton.
Gifton looks vaguely confused, maybe a bit concerned.
You want arcane might, unknown secrets.
Release them from their promise.
Sure that is what you
Or-
want?
Or
I was going to release them anyway. You must understand.
oh,
But the three of us must be gathered to do so.
in that case, I think it's his own choice of what he wants. I would like to see you hear your angels out and maybe help support your brothers and sisters to do the same. The fact that they have been wiped and mistreated cycle after cycle after cycle, damned for things they don't even understand that they did. I feel like it could be done better.
She's staring at you far more intensely now, Gifted, and it's not with malice, it's just that sort of analysing look, her eyes sort of flicking over you. You asked for something great and complex.
Yes. I do not wish to wield power. I wish to wield kindness. That is what I would like.
A great and complex issue solved. I think
Well,
it is
I'm
a
not asking
worthy
you to-
ask of me, she says, as if, like, let me have this ego.
Well, I mean, it
Kind
is
of.
extremely complex, but I feel like you would be good at figuring it out. You know what it's like to have children who are grand and powerful, but are not your first dragons and your angels one and the same?
There's a momentary
are-
look of sorrow on her face when you bring that up. She just inclines
They are-
her head.
All worthy of your love and respect.
I cannot promise you the result, but I will promise you that I will push as you wish. Try and make things better for them.
That is more than I could ever ask for. Thank you. I think it's what you want.
Her eyes do actually drift to Dingus, soft humour, and Dingus stares at her, starts to bob his head up and down, and he meeps a few times. None of you get the flashes in your head from what he's
I'm
doing. This
getting
is
off
for
the
her.
saddle in case he goes over there. I
Uh-huh.
don't want to be there with her. Getting off the saddle. There.
I'm so glad that we aren't privy to his flirtations.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, and she stares at him, clearly hearing this message in her mind, and then there is a sort of brief barked laugh from her, comes out very suddenly, before she's just sort of actually gets down on one knee, gestures for him, and once you've got off his saddle, he bounds over to her, and she picks him up and just plants a gentle kiss on the top of his head.
Oh.
And he beams, meeps happily, and then sort of bounce back over to you, Gifted, head bobbing excitedly.
It begins.
Morgani's gaze then drifts to you, Carrick, as if there is some connection here, and she goes, "You better not be asking the same."
No.
What do you desire, favored child of mine?
I wish for the bloodline that leads to me to be watched and taken care of, so that my family will make it through all of the things that will come to be.
You must understand that, much like her request, I cannot guarantee this simply because of the nature of your meddling to come.
Absolutely, but every little bit helps.
There will be an angel assigned to watch over your bloodline.
Thank you.
You
can actually bow to her.
say so. And she sort of looks to you, Telday.
Pick her heart.
You say it like I should have one really lopsided horn and the one.
No, the one on the head.
What
That would be
reward
bonkers.
does your ancient soul desire?
I have not thought of personal rewards or greater ones. I've been focused upon our goals and objectives as a group. It appears that you are going along with those now anyways.
Indeed.
Know much of my people.
I know what has been divulged by those who granted knowledge of the future too. I have seen some of your people coming and going, but I remain ignorant of much. Not a desirable state for me.
It is a secret you cannot abide. There's a part of me trying to avoid like smiling and laughing on that one.
She's giving you that look of like she gets the joke. She gets the comment. She's not amused, but she's not annoyed. Just staring at you.
Perhaps we can talk about that in the future then.
Is that your request? A conversation?
Yes, I believe an audience would be appreciated.
You've perhaps taken the most valuable thing of all, then. You will be granted a personal audience with me.
Thank you.
He's
Well,
a really
actually-
good dancer.
I actually even like kneel and bow.
What about you? Angered one with the aching heart. She's looking at you, Cassie.
What I want can't be given, so I have a question instead.
What's your tone, child? You have earned my trust.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to direct this at you. I apologize. So I have a question instead. Since they, and she barely motions over to the Sphinx of Initiative people, are not allowed on your continent, is there a bounty for them?
Does this answer your reward?
Yes.
Then I'm afraid there would be disappointment that unless Hea deems that they are to perish, I will abide by her wishes. There would be no bounty unless set by a mortal.
Cass nods and then turns and goes, be thankful to her. Because if she had said yes, I would have hunted you to the ends of the earth, to the ends of the world and back.
The medical officer just seems to like incline her head in understanding. The other two are maintaining that fixed ahead stare. She then goes over to Corvus and asks him what he wants, and I'm sure I'll find that out.
It's probably something really awkward and might upset Morgani.
And then she goes over to you,
slaps him.
RG, and says, "This is something in particular you want. I would offer you a release."
That is actually exactly what I was going to ask for. A release from my debt and a chance to start anew.
Then you are released from your prayer and faith and debt and whatever you want to term it.
Archie say, play goes, thank you, my Lady Morgani.
Did you sing to her every day too?
Not sing, but prayed.
Oh, okay.
Then,
Thinking that's kind of weird way to pray, but whatever.
on equal footing, you have done a great service for me. I have repaid you, and we have established trust, I hope.
I'm sorry, that line just gives off the vibes.
Ah.
And now I will betray you.
She's super villain vibes.
She,
Not befitting.
she, sort of looks upwards briefly and goes, I'm still with reservation, but I believe that you are acting in the best interest of all, including myself, and more importantly, my children. Continue on this path and we shall have no problems.
That would be ideal.
Then, until we need to speak again, I leave these in your hands. You can convey them to my niece.
Of course. Thank you, Great Morgani.
She just nods her head and just starts to walk past you all, heading for the exit. Her angels
I
following.
could have asked to be smart. Gift is gonna say she's walking away. Dang it!
Oh man. Got somebody like,
I
oh man,
can't.
I'm really hungry. I should have asked for a sandwich.
You, Gifton,
Yeah.
you hear one of the angels is walking past, talking to the other angel, just going, there are some things that'll beyond even mother.
Oh, psychic damage.
Oh. Gift is gonna stumble as if wounded.
For her credit, you do see Morgani glance back at the angel with a inappropriate look, like silence child. And the angel straightens a bit. James didn't get shit.
He wasn't there.
James sort of he was basically just sort of like standing at the door frame with the poor Fomirian guards, like he wasn't part of this audience. As Morgani leaves, just sort of looks in and goes, well, what a lovely event.
Yeah. Great. We should get things going for you. Should I go fetch people from Oberon, or should we go get Hea? Which way do you want this to go? Because I'll be honest, Oberon has a tendency to kind of use intestines as a baseline for harps sometimes.
I think
Without
going
killing
getting them
people.
might be a good idea.
Huh?
I think going getting them might be a good idea.
I think maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, just thinking about it, he's kind of in a awkward state right now. Doing a great job, but yeah.
How quickly do you think you can do that?
I mean, I can go to the Fae. Talking to Oberon, I don't know how long that'll take.
In that case, I'll watch these three while you do that. And
Okay, do you want to have Valda help you, maybe?
Valda's looking over to Stevens.
Do you want us to get you Dadriel?
Do you think I'm a lonely person?
Yes.
Yes.
Shouldn't have asked that.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about something else. Yes.
Thank you, Tilde.
We could also get Little Raz.
You know, I'm going by James specifically so you stop saying Little Raz. It's demeaning to me as well.
No, it's not, because you were Little Raz. You're
I
James.
was
never
Little
got
Raz. I
called-
mean, I was her.
You were her,
Yeah.
but you weren't Little Raz when you were her. She's Little Raz, though.
Archie just,
You're big fan.
just loud enough to let him hear. Go.
Wait.
I think Big Raz is offended.
Wait.
He just points at you, RG, as if watch it.
Wait, were you called Little Raz when you were her?
No, I was not called Little Raz when I was her.
And you're not Little Raz. You're James.
She's not Little Raz either.
No, but she is because she's being called it.
No, she is Raziel,
Her
a
timeline is
tragic,
different than
suffering
yours.
being of
No, she's happy
deep
and full of
complexity and
sunshine.
dark despair.
She wears a pretty little
She
dress.
is not happy and full of sunshine. I will tell you that for a fact.
She is adorable.
probably fix that.
Get out.
Huh?
Go get poor tortured souls from the Fae. I will watch
Fine,
these
we're gonna go
three.
see if Little Raz wants to
Would you
come
rather we
along.
called you Girl Raz and Boy Raz?
I am beyond caring at this point. I'm just ignoring you all quite soundly.
All right,
Okay, big
I'm gonna go out. You know what? I don't even have to go anywhere. You guys want to just go?
Sure.
I
Alright.
should ask one last time. Do any of the other Sphinx Initiative members wish for asylum?
The one that had shot the medical officer, that sort of dirty look, remains silent, gaze fixed ahead. The other person, which is a much younger woman, sort of black hair tied back in a very, very tight ponytail.
Oh god, they have that perfect Janeway hair.
Yeah, the perfect Janeway hair. Looks a little more hesitant. Like, you can see her eyes flick over to you when you say that, but they
How about you consider that before we speak to Hea? We'll be back with your people.
yeah. She doesn't say
We'll
anything.
talk to each of you individually, so if you want to say something that you don't feel safe to say in front of somebody else, it's okay. All right, let's go.
Right. You want to use Dingus?
Dingus, you want to do this, or you want me to cast spells? Boy, I could use some spell slots.
Dingus tilts his head at you as if like, I don't understand the question.
Open a gateway to the Feywild, please.
He perks up as if like, oh, okay.
Thank you.
Me. Gateway opens up.
All right, get on Dingus and right on through.
You're right on through. Everyone going through.
Yeah, and getting ready to run away from the mist.
Good, because immediately missed. Tarek immediately sprinting the moment he steps through the gateway. Yeah.
I've learned we have done this enough now.
Yep. You'll lose a few minutes. Carrick maybe loses a minute less than everybody else. But this is healthy. But yes, you are able to get onto a path, and where do you want it to take you?
Go to Oberon.
Right. So you seek out Oberon. Does not take long. You find Oberon just like lounging in grass, like on his back, gazing upwards. There is like a singular patch of like night sky amidst the daylight of the Feywild, just this perfect little circle of night. And he seems to just be pointing upwards, and like little stars are winking in and out.
Wow, you gotta teach me how to do that someday.
Do what?
I want to make stars.
Oh, you want to make stars?
Yeah.
Yeah. He reaches upwards and pulls that patch of the night sky down, and sort of flicks it out, and it looks like a sort of conical, wide-brimmed hat. And he gives a flourishing bow and holds it out to you, Gifton.
Sorry, I'm little gifted right now. Is this a big hat or a little hat?
It's a big hat. He's offering it to you all the same.
I'm gonna offer my hands up for it.
Okay.
James.
You grasp the brim of it, and it seems to shrink in your hand.
Yay.
And
How do I make the stars?
you reach into the blackness and just focus all of your love for something in one spot, and it'll wink into existence.
Aw, that's lovely.
Mhm.
I'm gonna think about bread.
A star will wink into existence on the hat.
Bread.
Aw. Bread's amazing.
Dingus is meeping at you. Me eggs.
Okay, yeah, let's. All right, here. I'm holding up for Dingus. Meat eggs. We make a really.
Ah,
great
shit, he is the
star.
Lord of the Fae. Okay, yeah, it will actually work for Dingus as well. Yeah, there's a bright star. tense.
Vaguely egg-shaped. Bread's amazing. It's the only non-vegetable, non-meat food that you can have, and it's so versatile.
Everyone's
Bread is
squinting
a
at you as if,
vegetable.
like, even he knows that this is not a correct statement.
I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
Well, what is this wonderful visitation for?
We were wondering if we could collect your prisoners. You know, the one you've been
Prisoners?
catching in the fake traveler room.
Oh, I'd never really thought of them as prisoners as such.
What did you think of them as?
Things?
Oh, well, we're dealing with those people, and we want to give them their people.
Honestly, I had
Maybe.
quite forgotten. Yes. How
You're
about
bored with them then, right?
quite soundly, like setting up the trap was fun,
Uh-huh.
but after a
First 3 was kind
while,
of great, and then after that,
yeah,
boring.
it got very samey.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you can have them. Just give the tunnel a little wink and a nod, and it'll know that you're allowed in.
Oh, all right. Thank you. You having a nice day?
Yes, I think I am. It's all a bit. His eyes suddenly narrow a bit quieter.
Oh. Why was it not quiet?
Because Oberon was loud.
Oh. He's less loud now?
Yes.
Okay. Morgani's gonna let you loose from
You
your...
remember my name, don't you?
I remember your name, Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Did you remember your name?
Yes, but it was so loud it was hard to make out.
Well, your name is Gabriel, or Oberon, whatever you want to go by. Personally, I think it's, nearly sexiest person I know. But I've seen Talon though without a shirt, so you've got competition. But just to diverge, Morgani is going to be releasing you and Titania from the pact. If we can get.
Oh, what
three of
fact
you
is that,
together.
my dear?
The secret one that you can't talk about that you thrice swore.
Don't know anything of it.
Yeah, you can't talk about it. But Morgani'd like to, release you both. So that'd
Well,
be nice.
tell the draconic tyrant that she's welcome here anytime.
All right, I will let her know that. I'm sure she'd really appreciate that kind of a warm invitation.
Yes, I deign to grant her audience.
I know. Such weak-willed creatures, right? Yes, I'm gonna go get these people now, but it's good to see you.
Question.
Oh, yes, Horsey, what do you want?
Just what you said. Do you want to be called Dane now?
What?
You said I Dane?
His head snaps around to the rest of you, and he points at Cassie and goes, "Poor thing, you must educate her. She doesn't know what words are."
I know.
We have tried.
She's been through a lot in the last little bit.
Stay with me for a while, little girl, and I'll teach you all you need to know.
Sorry, I was trying to make a joke, trying to lighten my mood.
Oh, I can lighten your mood for you.
Do you want to
I'm
stay
sorry.
with
I'm
Gabriel
sorry.
for
I
a
kind
bit?
of like my hooves on the ground.
I think
I know where
whenever you felt, he sort of squinted to you a little bit and goes, "Furious, you could float.
Oh no.
Would you like that?"
No, I can fly right now, but I'd rather not to. I'd rather not at the moment.
Well, if you change your mind, just think all the fun we could have fixing you.
Yay!
Yes, to make you float.
Yeah. Make you red in the face, and you'll drift away with the wind. Right?
Indeed.
Think of all the fun we're gonna have. This is gonna be great. I'm so excited. Right.
Gifton, I believe we unfortunately must be going.
I know, but I'm just saying that I have an after time where I can hang out. All right, let's go.
Goodbye. Have fun. Do come again.
I will.
He just sort of flops back into the grass. And as you're going, you can see him just like wiggling his finger in the air as if painting another patch of blackness in the sky.
I'm gonna be admiring my hat.
Yeah, you literally have a hat of night sky.
Mhm.
Right.
I'm gonna put it on. I
Yeah.
look real intelligent.
So smart.
Uh-huh. It says dunce when I wear it, but I can't.
I was about to say, are you wearing that over the other top hat?
I don't have the top hat on. I only activate it for illusion spells right now, cause yeah.
She has so
my
many
illusion-
hats.
I have too many hats.
Hat stacked.
Gifton of the many hats.
Okay.
Hat stacked.
You make your way to the cave. Is that where you desire to
Yeah,
go?
we're going to the cave.
Right. Before long, you'll find yourself at the cave entrance once more. There are no sounds of screams or anything coming from within it. Just seems to be an inactive cave entrance. You do see Oberon standing outside of it, smiles at you.
Ron!
Hello there.
I'm gonna give it a wink and a nod.
The eyebrows perk up, smile appears on the face, and Oberon winks out of existence.
Oh no, you killed him.
Gifton, what have you done?
Once Oberon's
Nice.
gone, you can actually hear voices from within the cave going, "It stopped. It stopped. If it's safe to go."
Hi! We're here to take you as prisoners!
There's a moment of silence.
And you are definitely not safe if you try anything.
Yeah, it's really unsafe.
Is this a new trick? What? Also, definitely Stephen Keller's voice.
Uh,
I can assure you, Mr. Keller, it is not.
it is not. I'm afraid that your ship behind the moon exploded. So we're gonna take you to the rest of your ship crew if you want to. Not in the way that we're gonna take you someplace to die, but where the living ones are.
You see a figure stumbling out of the cave. There's Stephen Keller, who seems to have another Stephen Keller like arm over his shoulders. The other Stephen Keller like looks kind of catatonic. Is like moving when prompted to move, but is otherwise unresponsive. The one carrying that Stephen Keller looks bedraggled. And he is staring at you and goes, "The ship's gone."
Yeah, ship's gone.
No. That's how we would get back to report in to. That's that. If we don't go back,
You
then
are safe now. You do not need to worry.
They've
I
been
don't
wiping-
care about myself.
They've been wiping your mind and reprogramming you so that you think that you have people to get back to.
What the hell are you saying? That's nonsense.
Here, I have a wrist pad here. To get it out of my bag because I would have had to take it off because they're fucking ginormous. I go check the logs.
He gives you a worried look, but he quickly takes the wristpad from you. And a bit awkward because he's like holding on to this other dude, but you see him trying to tap through it, and he goes, "There's like 200 logs here. What am I supposed to look at?"
Listen, the CMO can explain it, but they've been wiping all of you Stephen Kellers to make you think that some of you had people or some of you wanted to do this, and there was no secret bubble protecting your families. We tried to find it on the ship because we thought it existed.
That can't be true. You can't just tell me they're not real. That's no.
I could tell you that the Blue Lagoon is real. You were once in love with a sphinx.
He's face fades a little bit, and he just, "What do you know about my dreams?"
you were in love with a girl named Anaya, and you
Uh,
helped her buy a drink.
I wasn't in love with a girl named Anaya. I dreamt of
The
a.
dream was real.
Very least, let us take you back to a place where you can be checked.
And you can
Yeah.
talk to some people, and also you look like you're not doing so hot.
Don't say that, please.
Uh, oh, did Oberon do something to you?
I've been burning.
Ah. Well,
And
don't
he
live up to
looks
that.
legitimately fucking traumatized. And it might explain why the other Steven just is unresponsive.
Okay, we're gonna take you along then now and get you back with everybody else, okay? Hey, Dingus, can you open up the portal?
Me?
Yeah. Oh, also, can we have your weapons, please? Because, we don't really want you to suddenly go on a berserk angry rampage.
My weapon. Right, yeah. And he actually reaches that and he just unclips his whole belt and just throws it over to you. And then you see him fumbling with the other Steven's belt. Just go, come on, buddy, let's get this off you. And throws it to you as well.
I am so sorry that they sent you into the Feywild.
We had to.
Carrot, can you get those?
Yes. Pick them up.
Dingus is seems to be trying something new. He's just sort of waving his head back and forth without sound, and letting the portal form.
Is he doing like a noodle wave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's mouthing it, but he's not actually doing the meeps.
And yeah, the portal back to the normal plane will materialize.
Hey, there you go. Come on
normal
through.
plane.
Right, you go on out with the Stevens, who just want to be out of here. They're not going to argue about going with you, even if they think you're lying about
Nobody else
things.
in there, right? Because I'd hate to leave somebody alone in the Feywild.
At least I don't think so.
I'm gonna flap to the back of the cave real quick and check.
Yeah, nobody here, and it's a remarkably small cave as well.
Oh, it's really not that much here. Okay, all right, flap it back out.
Okay, you go through the portal, taking the Stevens back to the Pthumerian complex. Once you arrive, which Dingus is doing the portal to outside because Garda.
Mhm.
It's there that you actually see Lucifer standing with the magic. No sign of Morgani or any of her angels, although there's a whole lot of watchers about.
Mhm.
And they seem to be standing, looking really uncertain about the presence that has joined them, as you see something that you're all quite familiar with, but they're not. One of Hea's angels.
Is it one?
Hey,
It looks like one.
Oh, one of the angels. Okay.
Isn't it
Oh,
early?
hey, it's one. Hi,
Oh no.
The angel, which it of course has its wings concealing most of its form, seems to turn its attention towards you.
Artie's gonna do the almost animalistic thing, kind of knock her head sideways, looking at
one.
it.
Could you let your mother know that we would like to speak with her?
Mother wishes to speak.
Oh, good. So it's consensual.
Shall we
You
walk
you
there,
know
or-
this
That's
thing?
one. That's Hea's angel.
Lucifer is giving it a look of like mild horror. This is her angel.
Well, technically, they are her. They are all one. But
I am one.
yes, you are one. But they are many. But they are one.
There is no many.
So there's one now, but there'll be more than one later. But they'll all be one.
I shall be we.
Yes.
I'm sorry. The player's out of it.
I am also a we. It is good to be friends with you.
Mother wishes for I to be we.
Is that
And
what you said?
it looks towards the Kellers that you have with you.
We are going to secure them someplace safe. They've been through a bit. And then we can come with you, or is she coming here? What is what she wants? Why?
I shall fetch Mother.
All
I
right,
will
thank
return
you.
for the we.
Thank you.
Bye.
Right. It leaps, like forcing itself off the ground without flapping its wings, as if to get some clearance first, before the wings unfurl and it starts to fly away.
All right, Kellers, we gotta get you inside because I think one's thinking about making you 2s and 3s.
The fuck is that?
Oh, come on! You come from the future. You've seen a 1 before.
What?
It depends if she's there. Remember?
Hey, exists
I
in
have
your
never
time frame.
seen. Yes, Hayer existed in my time frame. I've never seen one of those fucking things.
Oh. Well, they're really common in the Hexenreich War, I'll tell you that.
You guys had a Hexenreich war?
Yeah.
What?
You know, Morgani went insane and all the
No.
Hexenreich... Oh, well, that's our timeline. I don't know what yours is.
Shall we go inside?
Yeah, we should go inside.
The medical officer can help you.
Oh, give me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh yeah.
They tend to do that around most people.
They have a tendency to reproduce by taking over other people. I don't really
Racing
understand it.
them.
Lucifer's shaking, scratching his head a bit, as if like, this sounds somewhat like
I mean,
us.
it's very kind of like that, except they are the host. It's weird. But then they're one, and they can like talk to each other. It's kind of like Angel Radio, but they are a little bit more uniform.
You know, I know the others, my parents have always encouraged her to make something more traditional. I don't think she's really succeeded.
She wasn't trying to make something tradition with that. It came from something different than you angels.
Well, do
I
you
think it's
remember
very
your
inventive.
early days?
Well, I, for one, am absolutely pleased to see our bizarre siblings, and that he's saying that there is a clear look of ugh on his face as he does. So,
I mean,
yes.
It could have been worse. She could have made brownies.
Isn't that the basis of them?
What?
Wasn't your the idea something about you, the idea behind making a mortal angel?
Oh, is it?
Out of character, where we explain that.
There was a bit. Basically, she was inspired, Gifton, partially by the fact that you were a sort of divine in a mortal skin.
Oh. Gifted doesn't have perfect memory, so
Mhm.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just making sure I wasn't just like
Gifted
suddenly
just
thinking
like,
out
huh?
of
Really?
character.
That's just like she's like, oh, that's really sweet. I'm so cool, apparently.
Just was looking at Gifton and was like, oh Jesus.
Gift is gonna like fling her wings around herself like one does and goes, I am many.
Oh
No,
no.
you are not.
No, she makes
Which actually says that. The magic just sort of having been watching this all going on and goes, right, well, beyond all of that nonsense, I have been in communique.
Oh,
We're ready to go.
to space?
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were taking Speary.
Yes.
Okay. We've got to handle this, but then we're good to go to space. How many of us do you want to go with you?
Just in case, all of you.
Okay.
Duly noted.
Because I'll be frank, not entirely convinced everybody will be on board.
going to need the ship, right?
Yes.
Need to borrow the ship.
And frankly, if the physical decides to throw a fit,
Oh, are we picking up the physical?
I mean, yes.
How?
We need
Kinda
to,
Still
big.
in.
They're huge.
Someone needs
Still
to.
in-
they can
bungee
choose
cord
not to be
really soon.
huge. I hope you realize.
No.
How do you
Out of
think all
character,
of?
just
And she's looking over to you, Carrick. How do you think you do this?
out of character, gonna ask just before I answer anything. Didn't she come in the physical's body? Like, didn't she like?
Yes.
No, she
I'll
made
be
the
honest,
body.
No, no, no.
was
She had,
very
yeah, she had a
feeling
she had a
her.
customized body made after the fact. The physical
Yeah,
was kind of a
But she came originally.
She did possess.
Hijacked.
Yes.
the body.
Okay.
Wait, so
Uh,
we're picking them all up?
That, I mean, how else do you think we're supposed to help Mother?
I guess.
I thought Sperry said they only needed them, but okay, we need everybody. All right.
Spiri is very confident. I am
I
not
guess-
so confident in their ability to be the sole one helping.
I guess the better question
fair
there
point,
is,
frankly.
the physical has a physical form, and that can be in the ship. You have a physical form, and Spirit can take a body.
Yes, these are correct observations.
What
Well done.
about
The emotional-
Well, there's
the
a
emotional
reason
need?
I want some of you people.
Oh, we are to be vessels.
Temporarily.
Interesting.
And I figured it's better to spread such a consciousness over some very mighty beings who, together, should be able to shoulder that intensity. I was going to explain all of this on the journey.
I'm glad we found about this now rather than before the journey started, so that way I can buy some alcohol before we go.
Oh, yes, that's a great idea. Alcohol does
more
heighten
inebriated-
emotions, and
Yes, the more inebriated I feel, the more comfortable I'll be in the situation.
see, this is grand
imagine-
thinking.
The emotional being drunk, though.
Oh, I wonder if we can get the electricity in my little black box, so then I can listen to the soothing musics.
Who's the electricity? That's not one of my R's.
It's something that the Stevens told me about. I need electricity for my little black box because the bar's going down. and
Oh,
when the bar
electricity,
goes down,
not.
it dies.
Sorry, I thought you were saying a name.
Oh, no, we don't have names like that.
Well, I can generate power for you. What is this little black box?
Tug it out of the bag. Look, it's got these little bits right here. See, I was thinking if I cast lightning on it, it might work, but I was worried that the lightning might be like not go in the right holes.
You might break it.
Oh, well, in that case, perhaps not me then.
Yeah. They came from a future where there's no magic, so you know.
Maybe best to ask them.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, we should get these people inside. Hea's gonna be here in a minute.
I'm going to go look at your ship if you don't mind.
Okay.
She starts walking over to the shuttle.
Steven.
She just sort of waves over her shoulder. Lucifer watching her go. And just gestures at the doorway to the Flamirian complex. Like,
Wait, that was the mental, right? Not the magic, right?
yes, mental.
Yeah. Wait,
Yep,
how are we
magic
gonna get
isn't
the
around.
magic? I'm just like, how are we gonna get the magic on board?
I have no idea. She's been very cryptic.
Do we get the egg before we go?
That's a baby. We don't have that much room in there. We can't keep stuffing people into the shuttle.
I think we
I'm-
have enough room for an egg.
I mean, it was a pretty big egg.
You've gotten permission to have magic running in Hea's domain, right?
You mean mental?
No.
No, like like
Magic,
making
as in
spells.
spells.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that who was asking us that?
Lucifer's asking you that.
Yes.
We can cast spell. Well, I mean, she's never told us no.
Well,
Specifically.
Are we
told us.
supposed to wait? Do we have to get permission?
She-
what? I thought you already had
we were-
permission.
We were
What?
given permission.
I'm confused.
We were given permission when she first built the place. for your family.
What? No. Hair?
No, I'm talking.
No.
What?
Morgani.
Oh, she gave us
Oh.
permission for that adventure in space. So yeah.
Then couldn't you say attach a extra planar doorway in your shuttle?
Good idea.
I know. I'm very, very clever.
Oh man, this is why the Mirror Angels are so great.
Yes, we are.
Didn't we
So
give
you're
up
the
access to the
cleverest,
vault?
brother.
I think they might be the most clever one.
What is it? This is about access to the vault, Blackie?
Out of character, didn't we give up access to the vault?
I completely gave up access to the vault.
Mhm.
Who do we need to talk to?
Talon.
Okay.
We have to talk to Talon anyway. We might as well. Let's just go do the thing. We'll be back at this. Lucy, you're charming as ever.
Does he have a robe
it's
back
nice to see
on?
you
No,
dating.
Yes,
he
he's wearing clothes. He's not actually wearing Folder's robes. He seems to have just gotten himself clothes.
Another robe you had.
Yeah.
Do you know if Little Raz is doing okay? I know they're kind of under your purview.
Yes, Little Raz is just fine.
Okay.
Little Raz is currently up in the heavens talking to father, whatever you want to term them.
Mother, father. Do you
You're
know
really
if
enjoying that
Turiel's
title,
doing okay? We haven't seen her in a hot minute either.
I believe so. I don't really.
I know you
There's-
don't really keep track of other people.
Yeah, there's a moment where it looks like he might be saying that's beneath me, but he chooses not to, and he just sort of waves his hand. I'm
Are
sure
there actually Mirror Watcher angels? Because I've never seen one.
exactly.
I was just saying they're probably the best of the ones
So you're
to
saying
hide.
they're somehow antisocial? That's weird.
No, they're incredibly social.
Oh, they,
The best
Never
place
come
to
say
watch
hi.
is in person and up
Yeah.
close.
oh.
Kristen, think
What?
about it.
Mimic.
Watcher, Lucifer, not hidden.
Lucifer is
interacting.
an
He knows
archangel.
everything
He is
about us.
That's it.
the archangel. Don't
Yes.
insult him.
Remember, great respect. I'm almighty and all of that. Actually, in all honesty, though, she's not too far off. Our roles are a little more blurred, you could say.
Okay, so you're kind of
All of us are Watcher Angels. All of us report and gather, and
yeah, that makes sense.
it's just some of
Okay,
us are
well-
quite pathetic, powerfully wise.
Hurts me when you say it like that. Okay, I'm gonna go inside now. Bye.
Right, you're able to head in with the Stevens, which the place where the prisoners were is empty now. Looks like they've been moved. There's still the sort of one of the Fomorian guards hanging around. Seems to be more watching like the entry doorway than anything. So as soon as you come in and perks up a bit.
Hey, looking for James and the people.
Yes, they were moved deeper into the building. Not right near the doorway where they could potentially escape through. Want me to take you there, maybe?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Right.
Are you supposed to be guarding the door?
Yes.
All right. Do you want to give us
Sure, yeah.
directions?
They sort of look down the corridor, like not sure themselves.
Oh God, did we find the undead? person?
You want me to be really loud? If I was really loud, could they hear me?
No. 1 second. I'm gonna do a sending.
Okay.
And they sort of do a little incantation, and then you hear them talking out loud. Fowler, the Tarnstead are here. Send someone to get them. Bring them to the angel. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And then the scene to finish this spell, sending off that one-way message. And he seems to smile at you all, which this is still some flesh on this person. Seems a bit more preserved cadaver than anything else. And smiles at you all and just goes, should hear back any moment.
Yeah, sure, great. It's pretty awesome that you're watching the door. This is Steven, and this is Steven, and this is Steven, and this is Steven. I'm Gifted. This is RG and Carrick and Cassie and Telday, and the one brooding over there is Corvus. This is Lord Dingus of the Bridge.
Wall.
Hi, hello.
I'm gonna go find them.
Oh, okay.
But I'll wait. But otherwise, I'm gonna go find them.
I'm Lorne.
You're Lord?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I'm Lorne, and I'm 365. I like to crochet.
I like crocheting. It's nice. Calming. Were you a mage, or were you a soldier, or what were you? I mean, I don't mind talking about it.
I was one of Torosar's elite guard, Death Knight.
Oh, neat.
And when the Dark Lord fell, I wandered a bit, and
Best card ever.
found oh, hang on. Proud to say she's in someone.
Okay.
So yeah, I wandered a bit, and met somebody. Said that they knew a place. Didn't know who they were at the time, but Wilhelm.
Nodding intently.
Oh, I love Wilhelm. Isn't he the best?
It's okay.
Oh,
Talks a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed.
And then yeah, went to Floromir. And he just nods a bit.
Oh, you just kind of.
Wait, did you meet Wilhelm before he was undead or after he was undead?
Pretty sure he was undead at the time.
Okay.
You know, he sort of gestures at his face, all skeletal, and
Do I have to ask? Wilhelm ever flirted with you?
don't know.
We have had
Oh my
literally the one
God.
who has no idea.
Wow. I mean, I will say, if you don't know, I guess he hasn't. I'm surprised.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Are you liking your time here?
He just shrugged tight and goes, let's work, I guess.
You get
What
paid?
was the last thing you had fun with?
You know, I haven't talked about pay since we left the city.
Hmm.
And
I would make sure to bring
fun.
it up with them.
Kind of enjoyed the game night.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, play cards.
We all just heard down the hall screaming of an undead knoll saying, "No pay."
And as he's sort of eyeing again, you see another guard approaching down the hallway, who just sort of waves at you all and goes, Baldo sent me to collect you all.
All right.
Okay, so
Bye, Lauren.
It's
yeah,
nice to meet you, Lord.
We'll see you on the way out.
Toodaloo.
see you later.
Yeah. We'll play cards sometime.
Sure.
Yeah.
That is the most guard.
It was the most card that's ever been RP'd.
Pretty sure that's basically the satyr guard, but undead.
Yeah.
That's wanting to fuck with you. Yeah, Lorne just sort of leans against the wall as you'll move on.
There.
And the other
Gordon
guy,
is not a great conversationalist, but he's excellent at his job.
yeah, his focus never left that door. By the way,
Yeah, that door. I gotta look at that.
yeah, I'm doing something here, but
Sorry,
Right.
I thought a dust particle.
right, you are led deeper into the building by this other guard who somehow less of a conversationalist than Lorne, and yet speaks so much more just by not fucking going all the time. But they lead you to where apparently the prisoners are being kept. Although it's not the first room you go by seems to be closed. You see a couple of extra Fomorian guards who perk up when you approach, looking at the Stephen Kellers and go, "Oh, more to join the others."
I think we're gonna take them to see a doctor first.
Oh, should I'll have a doctor sent down. Before we were done with
You might
checkups.
want to do that. They've been kind of getting played with by a Fey Lord for a
Ooh.
day.
Okay, I'll call somebody.
They might need I gotta tap the side of my head.
Right. And, that room there's empty. If you want to get them somewhere comfortable.
All right. You guys want to be here? Or do you want to be with the other Stevens? I don't know how you want to do this. They should have some of their own people to catch them up. Can you get a couple, maybe the other ones, to volunteer to come over, and talk?
Sure. We'll oversee that perhaps. If you get them in there for now, we'll
get them in there for now.
All
All
right.
right, guys, get comfortable. Don't worry, no more fire. It's okay.
The mention of fire has the attentive one looking around the room worriedly.
Yeah.
But you're able to deposit them and head over to a room where you can actually you can hear James talking coming from an open doorway. And if you want to head on in, James is actually just sitting at the table with what looks like to be the chief medical officer, and they are going over that wristpad together. When you come on in, James sort of glances back and smiles at you, Gifton, and gives you all a sort of acknowledging nod. And marvelous. Got the others, I trust.
Yep. They're a little worse for wear, but I mean they're physically not hurt.
Would you mind if I looked over them? The lady asks.
I think that would be appropriate. We have them in a separate room. James, is it okay if we take them over?
Certainly. She keeps wanting to check most of them, but we thought shouldn't have an entire group of. Actually, he sort of like held up his head to her as if like, sorry, but a moment. And he's going to come over to you and go, she keeps asking for a medical bag, and it doesn't look like any medical implements I've ever seen, and we're not sure whether she should have them. It's very hard to tell what's not a bomb or a weapon or...
Could you consent to a geese, ma'am?
A geese?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
But you say to me that you won't use the contents of your medical bag to harm or enable an escape for anybody here. And we let you use your medical bag on your people.
Is this a fake bargain?
Yes.
Well, I can't do that.
Why not?
Well, if I say that I want to use the contents of my medical bag to harm or enable an escape, I might have to harm a patient to treat them. And just simply healing somebody would be taking part in enabling of their escape later on if they try to.
I think it's more direct.
James, I don't have the brain power for this.
Well reasoned. It is essentially what I argued with Morgani in my pact.
All right. How about this pact? You will not directly use your contents of your bag as a weapon to harm anyone who is not part of your group, while using the opportunity to heal your own people and also to not use technology to escape yourself.
She rubs her forehead and goes, "If I can pass
For
that
the
sentence,
next hour.
and if I come under assault in the next hour, well,
I will take care of you.
by you,
I will protect you.
from yourself.
But why would I hurt you?
I don't know, but you're asking me to rub myself with the capacity of self-defense.
I'll be honest, out of all this, she's the one least likely to attack you.
All right, I'll try to work with you. That's all I got.
I can promise you that I will not take any action against you or yours without due reason.
All right, can we work out the wording of this? Because I'm willing to work with you to let
Yes,
you use your bag.
Do you have a way to detect whether I'm truthful or not?
No.
Yes.
Cast a zone of truth, yes.
I don't know if I can guess that or.
I'm pretty sure some others.
Resi, I was
I'm sure James
just
could.
looking at you like, what am I?
All right. How about, in keeping with the spirit of the deal of our truce, you will not use your technology unless you are in fact threatened, or you or your people.
I think we've technically threatened them already.
But I'm trying not to threaten them.
She actually looks like she's trying to think this through.
I don't actually have the ability to make a fake geese, but I was trying.
How about I agree not to lie to you about anything that isn't personal, private information, and you can ask me what I'm doing and what things are.
You will answer.
Yes, that is a good point, and I will answer unless something is stopping me against my will or something like that.
Agreed.
Is that it?
Yeah, sure.
Please repeat that twice.
I'd like to ask, what are the consequences of breaking this?
I'm gonna turn you into a flower.
Can you turn me back?
Yeah, I could.
Then I'd like to test this. Let's see.
Give the kids a face. Guys, I actually can't do this.
The third file in the top section of the bag is a deadly neurotoxin that will deploy and smite down any of my enemies. She sort of looks down at herself.
Okay, listen. So the amount of fae that I am might be a little overblown, and I was hoping the threat was going to be enough, but you have over-tested what I can do. I actually can't do anything. All right, I give up. So, well, anyway, come along. We're going to go get your people checked out.
I need my bag. James is just putting his face into his hands.
You've just actually made it so I can't let you have the bag by being too curious.
I want to be curious. I was establishing the parameters of our bargain, which apparently is absolutely nonsense.
Yes, it was. Because I was just trying to be nice.
You are supposed to be a society based around magic and whatnot. I'm
also an idiot. I thought they had this in the records.
I am a doctor, yes. I would not bring unnecessary harm to you or your people. I mean, I haven't taken an oath of causing no harm or anything, but, like, I am to act as a doctor first and foremost. Besides, I want asylum. I want to be on your side. I don't...
Then take your damn bag and let's go in the next room. And if anybody asks, just tell them you're under a freaking geese from me and let it fly.
It's rather dishonest, but if you insist, I suppose so.
Listen, I really have the strong need to lie right now. Just let me do a little bit of it.
What was that, Tony?
I just turned to James. Is this acceptable to you, Jim?
Jim? And he just sort of goes, okay, sure. Yes, this has been the most frustrating set of conversations I've been having with her, so sure, this is fine.
This is fine.
We're going to
This is
circle
fine.
back to Jim.
Alright,
Jim? Are you shortening his name? Is it we should go back to Big Raz. That was better.
you know, I used to have long
Everyone knows that
titles
Jim
and
is
grand,
short for
majestic
Jim.
entrances, but Jim, I'm Jim now.
No, you're James. Don't you do this to me. You can't
Is that
change your
short for-
name again.
I didn't do this
Is
to
that
me.
really short for Jimothy?
Life is doing this to me, Gifton.
I'm just gonna put an arm
If we
around
leave Jim
James
Bob alone.
and just be okay. Just come on, James.
Alright,
Get this later.
you can take her out, and James will fetch her bag, and he holds on to it until you guys get into the room with the Stevens you took. And when she enters, the cognizant Keller actually looks a little concerned. He stands up rather smartly, and he just goes, "Ma'am, shit. Okay, we tried our best to fulfill our orders," and she just holds up her hand and goes, "Enough with that. Sit back down. I'm going to give you a full medical check." Oh dear, he doesn't look great. And she says, looking over at the catatonic Stephen,
I think that's
I'm
mostly
getting a bit on
emotional and
fire.
psychological.
right, and
Do
she,
you have anything in your medical bag for that?
for the mind, no, not really. You can-
Oh man, we could really use something like that. You think technology would go for that?
you would indeed, and I tell you, that
You can't
is
with alcohol.
a large field of research. There's some things that can be done, but not with the equipment I have on hand.
That's the same problem we've been having with Morgani the whole time. There's just not that kind of equipment.
Well, there was that rod, but
Um,
caused the person to flames.
She takes her
No, it
bag
was the one that
from
makes their head explode, right?
No, they spontaneously
combust.
combust.
I thought their head
So-
exploded when that happened.
No,
Combustion.
spontaneously
Yeah.
combust. We just weren't sure how that would affect a god.
Oh,
Yeah, she takes her bag from James and starts to pull out strange devices.
Corvus asks a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'm sure Corvus does. But she just sort of like shushes him. And
Quiet, you uninformed doctor at this age.
yep.
You
Could you-
barbarian.
If I need you to bleed him, I'll call.
I mean, true.
I mean, he's sitting there ready because he's assuming that's actually what's needed. Because he does bleed people, so you know.
But yeah, she
Can you believe the bleeding still happens in the future? I'm weirded out by that. I was hoping we'd gotten past that. Magic doesn't need the bleeding.
her eyes drift to you, Gifted, and then they drift to someone else in the party, as if like, is this for real?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Bleeding doesn't
like it when
happen,
Corvus-
sweetie.
Corvus-
It's not a thing we do.
No.
Oh, that's nice. See, Corvus, there's something to look forward to than not making me bleed.
Oh, I wasn't sure if she meant that kind or just like blood comes out of body bleeding.
No, sometimes Corvus says that the humors aren't right, and then I have to get stabbed.
Humors. Oh. She done
You know, it's-
waving her magical little box over the cognizant Stephen.
It's when there's too much fire in the water in your body.
A
You have to balance
No, I
it
thought
out.
that was when there was too much fire water in your body.
No,
Somebody is
that's
gonna be
different.
really pained to
We
listen
may
to
not
this
pay that much
recording.
attention to our doctor either. So this may not be true.
It's just like when you strike it wood and you make it so the fire comes out.
It means
Fire and
starting a
everything.
We
Except
know
for
how
air. There's no fire in air.
She looks like she's reconsidering staying in this time.
Where's my produce fire spell?
But she
Just in my head.
looks at the Stephen and goes, "You appear to be in perfect health. In fact, better than your last exam." Oh, grand. no burns, then no
No,
burns.
that's only in your head, unfortunately.
Perfect timing.
But I felt it.
Yeah, that's because you did feel it. That's magic.
Actually, I'd say from the state of his cells, I think he's being regenerated.
That's magic.
Who?
Oh, hi, Marcus.
Hi.
Yes.
My power just came back on.
You are currently watching a doctor from the future, the chief medical officer that you'll beam down, giving a medical examination to one of the Stephen Kellers that they just retrieved from the Feywild.
Yeah, Oberon probably lit them on fire a bunch. He said it got boring after the first time, but he just kept going.
Well, if you return to our timeline, I'll send you with a note that suggests counselling. If you're staying here, she looks concerned, looking at the rest of you. We'll figure out something then.
We could always take those naughty little memories away.
That's
Of the burning.
she just moves over to the other Stephen Keller, starts examining him. Then she seems to start doing tests to try and gauge his responsiveness. And after a while, she just sort of shakes her head a bit and goes, seems to be completely catatonic. Responds to some stimuli. Got him to walk. Yeah, he arm was shoulder, but he moved when I did. Okay.
The other one had to be carried.
Oh dear. Okay. Oh,
These are the Stephen colors that were in the actual
Feywild.
fire dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
right. So you're.
Apparently, the fire dungeon had fire in it.
Do you know the Fae that did this?
Yeah, I know Lord Oberon quite well.
Lord Oberon, as in one from Fables and.
Yep. Big
Yeah,
antler
someone.
dude.
The Lord of the Fae, our great king.
Your great king burned these men alive and regenerated them repeatedly, it seems.
Yep.
Given the fact that they were enemies, terrorists,
Do you think that's justified to do that to an enemy?
No?
it is the Feywild, but no.
You're awfully cavalier about this.
I've
I'm-
learned to be dismissive of some acts because it's just how things work.
I'm sorry, but your people tried to release a
A parasitic
contagion
monster
thing,
infection.
and you're also trying to blow up a bunch of kids. I don't really know if we can
You tried to do
I
what?
died.
play.
I
You
died
tried
from
to
the
kill
flavor thing.
children and you've tried to release a parasitic infection upon our people.
One.
Yeah.
Time. One is
I know
enough
nothing
to
of
target-
any parasitic infection. In fact, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that would be quite counter to our aim to maintain a stable timeline here.
Well, someone knew.
And I am
And
certainly
someone
not aware of
said,
any plan to blow up children.
We had some of the Stevens that we had captured that kind of didn't want to go with you anymore because their orders were to throw some grenades at some children to rile up Hea.
Do you have any of these explosives?
No, they blew up.
Well, the children hurt.
No, but they also were supposed to apparently attack my family in particular, which again, I think we have those somewhere, the things. But they were attacking our families and basically just there was a lot of bad things going on, and I'm not really keen on the fact that Oberon did this. I'm glad he kept them alive, but I'm sorry that he tormented them. But I really didn't have time to tell him
Stop.
to stop. And also, we were kind of saying our families are in great danger. We're hiding them in your territory because these people are attacking. So it was bad. I feel bad about it. I'd like to help make amends on that.
Right.
But
I'm sorry.
yeah. It's an unfortunate thing of I think that you didn't know about it and I didn't know about it, and I don't want
There
to be an
seems
ass
to be
to
a
you
lot
either.
of people who do not know what actually all these Stephen Kellers were supposed
One
to
of
do.
the Stephen Kellers had a thing in their tooth that when they bit down made them die. Then they came back as a creature from the empty and infected. I point over at Corvus. Don't touch him. He's got some sort of infection. He's got some sort of infection that spreads it and takes you turn into the empty creatures. And I point over at Argy. She had to get killed and brought back by magic in order to keep her from turning into one. Which we hope
I got
that worked.
incinerated.
You're talking about the auto plague from Noran, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
That got released on us.
That shouldn't be possible. That
Well,
should have
it
been picked
was
up by
possible.
any of our screening.
Well, you had
It's in a
super
tooth.
agent. It was in a
Mhm.
no. The tooth
He
cooked
bit
his
down.
brain, and then he turned into it when I was trying to do a medical examination on him.
I think the two are kind of unrelated. One killed him and the other was just a...
I don't know.
The tooth was his last-ditch effort.
Is
to
the
try
body
to-
still around?
It's incinerated.
It was incinerated.
Oh,
It kind of
Probably
gets spread out.
Valda and her people did some looking at the remains, so they might be able to talk to you about it. But we did incinerate in order to prevent that.
right.
But
Okay.
luckily, I'm still unaffected, so you're welcome to poke around in me if you
I
want.
mean, we can sort that out if you want. If you trust me
Rather you
to.
not. No, I do not.
I would actually love for her to poke around at you.
What?
Look at this way.
I
Corvus.
like
If you kill
her.
you can go to-
Was Corvus around for the geese?
No.
Technically.
Technically,
was-
yes.
Character,
Market,
yes. Player,
no.
no.
Okay.
So there's a geese on her. to
Listen,
force her
No,
to
there
do.
isn't.
she's
Oh.
clear. You're
They're pretending there is.
I've been pretending I'm putting people under geeses the whole time. I actually can't put people under geeses.
I can.
She
put people
called
on
Gifted
geese.
bluff basically immediately.
Yes, it was awful.
She has a large amount of medical knowledge that you do not. I would defer to her.
Look, she
I mean-
comes from a time where they don't even have to bleed people anymore.
I mean,
She's
really,
gotta have
we
information.
can sort it out right now. It wouldn't even hurt.
Hurting a
She wants asylum from us. I trust her.
Just because we keep forgetting to ask your name doesn't mean we don't trust her.
Normally, I
She's
would
a
respect
CMO.
somebody's decision to not be
CMO.
treated, but you are carrying a incredibly deadly contagion.
I know. It's excellent.
All
He's a
that's only
doctor.
making me make you want to listen. Yeah, please listen to the nice.
This is what your doctors
space
are like.
doctor. No, that's what
No,
this
that's
doctor is
what
like.
doctor is like.
This is what
Fine,
this stuff.
fine. Let us see about your medical.
Can we keep you? Because I really want to keep you. You're the
Give
nice
it-
doctor.
Corvus players.
Well, she did ask for asylum.
Hey, I
What
have to
better way to
stay
keep
back
her
here in
safe?
the past. You get to go back to the present. I need a doctor.
offer to stay
Are you
back in
good
the
with
past.
babies? Oh, okay.
On a delivery note or like caring for?
I mean, delivery.
No,
Both might be
yes.
helpful.
I may not
Oh,
have the
both of
best
those-
bedside manners, but my job gets done.
Bedside manners. I want to run around being a plague monster right now.
She's taking that strange box that she examined the others with, and she's actually going over to Corvus.
Corvus does the whole ninja flexing thing, like no.
Uh,
No, he reminisces.
Yeah, and she's just waving this box in front of you, Corvus. You don't understand how this worked for the others.
What are you doing?
Taking readings from you.
Okay.
Could you
Sure.
Intelligence.
could you lift your arm, please?
Which one
The one with the metal embedded in it.
lifts?
And she seems to take a closer look at that, running.
Why
This-
am I lifting my arm?
His blood
You can see the
pressure is
underside
the
of it,
highest
obviously.
I've ever seen.
You've got some augmentation.
How is your
Quite
heart not exploded by
considerably,
now?
yes. Have you not noticed the eyes?
mean,
there's
Last we know,
already
you had a polymorphed
Oh,
face.
I have the whole plague mask.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's correct. Yep.
So
Yes, quite considerably.
very primitive, but I mean effective. Got quite good
But is
regenerative
it to your
capability.
mind? Oh, yes, I have noted that I heal myself when taking damage.
Just how much damage have you taken?
Considering that a dragon tried to kill me about a couple weeks ago, a lot. Also,
Didn't you tell me you died during that?
I think I did die.
Yeah, you did die.
Well,
I had to pick
yeah.
you back up.
So, just to enlighten you as to what is going on with you, and let me change the settings on this, trying to make it a bit more easy for you to understand. Right, and she's actually going to turn this box to you, and you can see a little screen with a readout on it, Corvus. And she's going to go, this is a representation of your body. You can see your skeleton here. If we hit this, musculature, yes?
Okay.
This is your vascular system.
Vascular, what's that?
She looks despairing for a moment. So, you have stuff in you.
I know I have stuff in me. I put the stuff
It's
in me.
called blood, normally.
Yes, the stuff that leaks out of you when you get stabbed.
And
I know that.
the blood travels in lots of tubes.
Yes.
I'm full of tubes?
You are full of tubes, yes. We refer to this.
I've seen the veiny bits.
This
The
is-
veiny
this is-
bits when you butcher.
Yes, the veiny bit ring butcher. This is driven by your heart. This carries oxygen around your body, even nutrients.
Oh, G trials.
Oh,
Wow.
love.
This is Enterprise era Star Trek to the Middle Ages.
Now,
I'm literally
I'm sorry,
best
the
in
circulatory
times.
system is long before Star Trek.
Yep.
so your vascular
Carrie
system
listened this whole time.
has been altered quite heavily.
The stuff that moves the blood. Okay.
Are you aware of what has been put into you? What's replaced your blood?
I have not replaced my blood.
He put black stuff in him.
Right, I did do that.
You did do that, yes.
I did.
I helped.
Remember, you don't have blood.
Yeah, I don't have blood. Yes, I put a compound within me from a syringe. It was black. It is residing. It resides within the empty.
He put it in there and he doesn't know what it is.
Well, in
I
short,
tested it. It did not affect me.
in
But
short,
you didn't know what it was.
at this point, if we were to open up your head, your skull, there's no brain there.
Wait, I know what a brain is. You're saying that I don't have a brain.
That explains a lot.
Harvest!
Your
It's like we're twins!
your brain is now essentially neurotransmitters that travel around your entire circulatory system.
Okay.
There's brains everywhere?
What over my blood system? Okay, got that.
Wait, is there like little tiny Corvus heads going all around Corvus so that way his mind
No.
is never in the same place?
No.
It's all over
Well,
the place?
The mind not in the same place, but yes, to an extent, but it's not little tiny Corvus heads.
So my
But
Go-
it's the bit that goes in.
my consciousness is throughout my
thinky
whole
bit.
body.
Yes.
I don't
Thank
understand
you.
how to say it, but it's the thinky part of the meat in the head, right?
Yes, in a way.
Because he doesn't have the meat in his head, but he has something else that's traveling around inside of him and makes his thoughts go.
Yes, that's it in the basic.
I'm not smart.
And only a small amount of this fluid needs be there to keep what is you going. It means that
Wait,
you could have everything destroyed but an arm and you'd still come back.
Wait, does that mean you're still Corvus though? Because you took somebody else's black blood and you put it inside you. Is that person?
Do you really want to stop on route again?
Yeah, let's not go down that pathway. I spent a month trying to make myself not think that I was someone else.
Oh,
Okay?
It was more than a month.
she actually looks vaguely amused for a moment, as if like that is actually a philosophical problem that she is familiar with.
Let me put it to you this way. I killed myself.
Okay,
The real me.
Himself.
the other you,
Myself. Yes, me. I killed me.
the other
I'm-
you.
I'm something else.
No,
I know
you are
that.
you.
You are you. You killed the person who gave you some memories as a donation.
Tell me, what is implanted? Was this a? How did you arise?
He was made by the dreamer. I have a question. Could you check RG over to see? Because she got infected, but she's got a new body now.
Do you want to just line up for a medical examination? Hang on a second. One thing at a time.
You just
And
spray us all with it.
she's tapping a few buttons on her little box Corvus.
They took my bacon away.
She
Your bacon was
Wait,
contaminated.
the bacon is contaminated.
she puts a file into the top of this little box, hits a few more buttons, takes it out, puts it into this strange little cylindrical device. She just goes, hold still,
Wait, what? No.
and puts it against
What
your
is
neck.
that?
And there's a little.
God.
This doesn't even hurt.
Okay, what did you just do?
Give it a few
Did you
minutes,
do what the
and
what the man did in Wyndon?
the man did in Wyndon.
He was a phlebotomist. Phlebotomy? Is that?
Fairly certain that what I did is
I know
nothing
the
like
fact
what
that
the
you
man
put
in
something
Wyndon did.
into you, not
Rumpf
take it
took
out of
his
you.
blood.
I just injected you with something that will neutralize the pathogen you're carrying.
Oh, so you did see
Oh,
it in
good.
there, though, right?
Yes.
Yay! That was really all we wanted to know.
Okay. What else was in that?
What do you mean? I mean,
Look,
there's a lot-
I'm a bit paranoid.
there's a lot of
okay?
harmless fluid to help it carry about, but that's about it. Do you want me to give you a chemical breakdown?
I probably
You wouldn't understand it.
since
No, exactly. So your question is quite stupid.
Corvus folds his arm and mumbles.
The rest of you, line up.
Can you make it so I don't get the flu?
I can.
Actually, the better question there is, do we know what the flu is?
We don't know what the flu is.
I know what the flu is. I've seen the flu.
No, you know about getting sick.
We know.
Yeah.
that's
You
it.
have no
I
idea
know
what
that.
influenza is.
All right. Can you give me something so I won't get sick?
I can give you something to stop you getting sick from a lot of things. Not everything.
What about when I eat the blue?
Oh, so
bread?
this puts doctors out of the business. Wonderful.
She is. You are
She's
what
a doctor.
she becomes.
I am literally a doctor right now.
She's a doctor of not magic medicine. This is what you aspire to.
Oh, also, excuse me, are you troubled by the idea of people not needing doctors?
No.
It is.
Corvus, can you please stop being a piss ass to the woman who's clearly got the same job as you, but in the future?
And has a far better bedside manner.
We're keeping this one.
This is why I'm upset.
Right, which one of you's Argy?
That
Hello.
one
That
with the
one.
red hair.
Right, come here then.
She was the other one that got infected.
Or just step forward.
Technically, I got
Corvus is
infected
just
too,
being a
but
very
I'm
tolerant
immune because I'm
because-
divine.
Because he's being replaced and he doesn't like that.
Right, let's give you a quick look over. And yep, you get scanned much like Corvus did, and she just shakes her head and goes, there's no sign of any of the autopathogen. You're absolutely fine in that regard. You've got a little bit of malnutrition going on. I'd recommend some more vitamin B.
What?
What's a vitamin? Wait,
It's a
actually,
blue-
I guess the question is, I'm guessing we don't know what vitamins are.
What's
We don't know what vitamins
Do we eat
Ah.
bees?
Okay, eat more meat.
Oh, okay.
She's a
Me,
wood
t-
elf.
me next.
They
Me
don't
next. Me
eat-
next. Can you check my tummy? Can you see my
Wait,
babies?
Your
Do you enjoy
ancestors-
liver? If not, I'd
yeah.
recommend some beans, leafy greens. Just there's a lot of food. Vitamin B is one of the easiest things to get. Just do you eat much?
No, she doesn't.
How'd you think through the whole thing go lately?
Yes, I mean you're very lacking.
Bacon the other day.
I had bacon that got me infected a couple days ago, and beyond that, I
I
think
had
I've
a
eaten
beer.
A month.
and they think like, I think I've eaten this month.
She's actually double checking her scans, looking at you quizzically.
She, being the doctor of this group, she doesn't eat a lot. She hasn't eaten a lot in several months.
You sit
I
there
have weird
slapping
magic
over
that-
next to this lady, I get that on her shoulder, and go, okay, so I need
She's
to know how
very
my
pregnant
babies are
and has been
doing,
a lot
and
of
I
children
want,
out of her.
and I might be infectious, and
Babies, right? Look, we'll get to you last then if we're doing.
what?
You know,
Aw.
This one is a dragon, and he's
Do
very
they have dragons in the future?
clean.
yes, we have
back.
dragons in the future. Look, it's a little hard
We
to
don't
scan
have
you
more
when
rock
you're
in
in
the
an
future?
assumed form.
He's not an assumed form. That is his form.
It might be actually.
No, that's it. That is a super form is a dragon. He's a dragon now.
Are we large enough area to fix
No.
this?
No.
So if you want a
You would
medical
have to-
exam, you might have to wait.
You might have to wait for me to be last, actually.
This one is a mechanical being. He has no blood or organs or flesh.
Yes, I
He can still have a doctor
Not with
though.
it.
not really. I can't help him. I would
Oh.
recommend for you to talk to our chief engineer, but he blew up. So
Sorry about that.
mm.
Did try to warn you.
You want to check Cassie out?
Yes. If she actually
She may
pauses,
shock you.
looking at Cassie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cassie, the one who did
resemblance.
threaten earlier.
Oh.
Also, who looks exactly like
It looks
somebody
exactly
else.
like their commanding officer.
You.
Yeah.
Not their command.
Yeah, she's looking at Cassie as like she knows this isn't the same person. You know, they had that brief, but she's looking at Cassie like that is such a familiar face to her.
It's angry.
Probably a familiar angry look
Yeah.
too. Fine, let's get this over with just to get it
I
settled. But you
don't
probably already
actu-
know everything.
I don't know everything about you, and I don't know what I've done to get your ire.
She's a centaur. She used to be a Nephilim. She's not anymore.
She,
That's not my
Magical
fault.
She blames you and your entire crew for the fact that the other version of her and her mother
dead.
was beamed outside of your ship and shot by your ship's weapons.
Yeah, she frowns a little bit and goes, "Okay, that's an odd
Your
circumstance."
moth-
And
But she was unfortunately going to explode like angels do when they reach a point where they can't stabilize anymore.
she
What are your scalps?
she sighs a little and goes, "As your mother, I would have tried to help her if I could, but I wasn't there."
I'm less angry that she got pulled out of the ship. I'm more angry that she was shot in the process.
Yes, I.
CMO didn't shoot them though.
Who did exactly?
What is your name, by the way? man?
Captain.
Captain.
Whoever was in control of the consoles of the ship.
Right.
Captain.
Well, maybe something will come up in the captain's logs to explain that action, but I don't agree with it.
And I will apologize. I am still angry, and I'm
You can be
unjustly taking
angry.
it out on you and yours.
That's fine. I don't
So I
really care
apologize.
as long as you'll permit me to treat you.
Yeah.
Right. Right. She comes over, starts giving you the scan, and she seems to have to calibrate for a few different things, namely, non-standard anatomy. And she just goes, "You're in fairly good health yourself. You do seem to be putting a bit too much strain on your back hind leg. Try to rest less weight on it. Try not to push off on it so much. Nothing that's a problem right now, but you keep doing that, you're going to have way too much wear and tear in that leg."
like putting strain on it.
If you're favouring it a lot, resting the weight on it a lot.
Do you like do
When
the
you run-
whole pull the hoof up and sink on your hindquarters?
It's not uncommon that most people have a favoured side, and some just put a little too much strain on that.
Are you just gonna go when you run? You tend to start on that leg. What I notice things.
I don't know
Question.
things.
Question.
That's a little too
why-
observant.
You don't
So
really want
what's
to know
my
just how
secret
observant
rule?
this is. She sort of waves the little box.
No, I
I'm
think-
telling you things that you all can comprehend and actually do something about right now.
Oh no, Miss, ma'am. What is
RG
your
was
name?
too
CMO.
observant.
Her name is CMO.
My name isn't CMO.
Chief Medical Officer.
You can call me Martha if you want.
Martha.
Martha.
That's what the M is.
No, it's not what the M in CMO.
It's just easier to go along with.
I am
Corporal Martha.
no, not Corporal. I am Chief Medical Officer Martha O'Reilly.
Martha O'Reilly. I know your name now.
Well done. And I would have you know I'm also technically a lieutenant, though I've never really cared about the ranking nonsense.
Martha, do you
True
have
names are
Faye
great.
in your time?
Do we have Fae in our time?
Yes.
Does the organisation that is formed in part with an alliance with the Fae Dominion have Fae?
Again, we don't know everything about your group.
Listen,
I
she
was
just
thinking
got
that,
around
right
my
back.
BS Fae pack. I'm pretty sure she knows what she's doing.
I know for a fact that you all
Yeah, that part.
visited our facility.
Yeah, we were told that part.
But yes,
Look,
we
I
have.
don't have a brain. I have memory loss. Sue me.
Wait, does that mean if you lose a limb, you literally have memory loss?
Oh, actually, if
Yes,
you're
I will.
if you're having issues with memory, it is a minor side effect. The distributed neurons are efficient for keeping you going and alive, but sometimes things float off.
Slip.
hmm
Question: why did you have me hold up my arm?
Oh, I wanted to get a closer look at what you had done. I was worried that you had done some barbaric, melding of Whoa!
Hello? You okay, you? Is that you?
I just had.
Somebody's
I think it was
static.
Black.
Blackheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounded like
Blackheart?
microphone eating.
Hold up. Blackheart?
Blackheart's microphone might be gone.
He might be.
I just muted himself.
He just muted himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's probably fiddling with it. All right, so what were you saying?
Yeah, she looks at you, Corvus, goes, I was concerned that maybe you had done some barbaric melding of metal into your flesh without real consideration as to effect on you, and I was quite correct. If it weren't for your regenerative capabilities, that would be a lost arm.
Oh,
Maybe something to see to in future, but
You know, I think you'd be really good with Lady Gentle. You guys have a great like powwow talk about medical stuff and yell smarts together.
okay.
Anyway,
You
I
little
think
lady,
Yeah.
you want to sit up on a table?
Are you little?
Yeah, I'm little.
She's
right
little
now.
late. Right, and she's coming over to you, Gifted, and goes, I have actually been looking at your files. You were a possibility that, well, frankly, I was preparing for the fact that you might be in our care.
Uh-huh.
Because you're going to capture us, me and Gifton.
Yes.
Yeah.
She pulls out the tricorder and starts, non-copyrighted magic box that reads things and starts looking you over, Gifton.
What are my vasculars like?
Very small.
Oh. That's disappointing. I always thought my heart was big.
Yeah, you are.
Metaphorical heart is big, Gifton.
I have a second heart?
Oh no.
Oh no?
I'm very, very sorry.
What?
Are you familiar with the concept of observation confirming the state of something?
No.
Well, there is an idea that I think is what's the best way to put this? Intangible until observed. It could be one thing or it could be another, and it isn't either until someone sees which it is.
I think there's a man in Hexenreich that was babbling about something like that.
And okay, so you have two very, very healthy babies right now.
Hey.
Ethan, you feel something for the first time.
Mhm.
A kick.
My bladder.
I'm pretty sure by the momentary readings that they were in a sort of nebulous state of existence, just divine essence, ready to.
Is she just belly-fied?
Might be a slight discomfort, Gifton,
Mm-hmm.
but she so it was apart from observation causing maybe. I don't know how they were going to be otherwise, but yes, you're very healthy yourself. Your children are healthy. Not surprising for somebody that is a defined being in themselves. You are in picture health.
Okay.
Insight.
Roll an insight.
As a medical physician himself.
She seems to be telling the truth. It seems like she feels she might have done a slight whoopsie there.
Put the hands on the tum-tum. Babies.
Like, without her
This is
observation,
the first time.
this might have just been she carried that essence for a while and then a couple of gods coalesced. Instead, now it is
Yeah, it's an actual pregnancy.
yes.
Mm.
If the nonplussed
It's probably just forgiveness.
Dingus is also beside you, looking at you very Mimi.
And
I think they're fine with it.
Gift is also trying not to freak out about the fact that she only saw 2.
Oh wait, what is the number now?
4.
Oh, in that case,
4.
yes, it is 4. Sorry, scattered brains, losing track. Yes, 4. Which Gifton,
Or-
yeah, slightly more sizable swell. Like there was a momentary oomph that felt like you'd been kicked, and I mean like an actual kick.
Ow! They kicked.
Wait,
Babies.
4.
Yes, 4. This is not supposed to be 4.
No, it's just 2. Maybe your doohickey did something.
Shouldn't have been. The observation should only affect what's potentially there to begin with.
I was hoping for 4. This is great. How many were you expecting?
Our records said 2.
Oh.
I mean, where I'm from, you had 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, new timeline, new fine.
Babies.
Congratulations on your pantheon.
Yeah. We should go talk to Hia.
Yes, we'll do your exam after I've given clearance to hopefully not be trapped here. She looks at you, Carrick.
Eric
Carrick's
is
back
Oh.
yet.
Yeah, voice right now.
Yeah, it did. Something broke on their end.
Okay. Right. She just looks as. Is this something I'm coming with for, or?
Did you want to represent your people talking to Hea?
If the captain
You're
stated
the
that.
highest ranking officer.
They trusted you the most, is what that seemed like from the captain.
In that case, yes. The chief engineer actually outranked me, but.
Given
Right.
he's over gone.
He blew up.
Yep.
Oh, Pawson, why did you have to go back? She just shakes her head as if, like, what a waste.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts to, close up her little medical bag and go, right then, I shall represent what little of our crew remains. Am I representing the Kellers as well?
I don't know. I'm feeling you would probably want
Becky.
to give input for them.
I got it.
Yeah.
We'll give input for them. But I am definitely going to be speaking on their behalf as well as your own. So don't feel like you're in this on by yourself.
I'll be blunt. If they're taking back, they're likely to just be unmade.
I think the
Can I
Made?
the colors?
Essentially, they will be sent back to where they came from, which doesn't exist anymore.
So, can I ask you about that?
Certainly.
So
I can only tell you
these-
what is in the briefs that were given, but...
Right, which is very probably limited.
Mm.
The Stephen colors.
Yes.
They all came from parallel timelines
Essentially.
that were falling apart.
Falling apart is the wrong way to think of it. They all exist and do not exist in flux with each other at the same time.
And
Much like
these
what I just
colours-
described with her as a potentiality, by forcing observation of timelines that may or may not exist, we solidify them and link them with ours briefly.
So those
our babies.
timelines, are they timelines that represent to us, in our point of view, correct me if I'm wrong, but do they coalesce to our time frame, or is they something in the past or something in the future?
Depends where you're aiming. I mean, all of the Kellers come from what you would consider, even in your present, would have been your future. They come from far ahead of where you originate.
I see. Okay.
Personally, they're about 120 odd years in my personal past. For the Sphinx Initiative, it's a little harder to pin down, as headquarters is kept out of, sync.
So these Stephen colors are somewhere within our relative time, our future.
Yes, correct.
I would say that given what we intend to do, the safest place for your remaining crew may be here.
I'm inclined to agree. Thus, the desire for asylum.
Yes.
I would give them the option, I suppose.
Yep, let's go talk to her.
Okay, you can all head off through the building and make your way outside.
Were we in
Do I
the
get my check
constructed
now?
house?
You were. You want your exam now?
Sure, we're out in the open.
Right.
I can go into dragon
Spread
form.
your
So.
wings, so to
Well,
speak.
as Pear does not seem to be here yet, waiting outside. If you want to go to your dragon form, she'll give you a quick examination, and she goes, you seem to have a bit of acid build-up. It's easily treatable.
Just burn.
He
I'm
makes
guessing
it
that-
all over the place.
It's a joke.
I figured.
But yes, actually,
What does? Maybe I miss. Maybe Marcus has missed this. But what does Carrot Dragon actually look like?
He's a copper.
I actually am a proper copper appearance.
A proper copper? Okay.
The
Um,
children
A
are a different
Uh,
policeman.
story.
Oh,
where
I am going to rescue all.
do you fly much?
Not usually in this form. More in the in my half elf form.
Well, I'd suggest getting some flight in. Your wing muscles are a little on the weak side. Something you can build up and work on.
Oh joy, we have Carrick
You
flying
can
around.
have
our
flying lessons
place
with
now.
James.
Again, not something that's particularly an issue, but as you get older,
Something
it's best to start
keep
from
an
a
eye
good
on.
place.
Yes. I have a feeling that I would soon be being told something by my grandmother if you hadn't, so.
So
Boy,
in the
you need
future,
to
how
fly
long
more.
can bacon last?
Bacon is a meat. It spoils just like everything else.
I last if you cooked bacon or
Yeah, cooked bacon.
if you cooked bacon,
in a bag.
you could probably eat it the next day if it was refrigerated. But if it's been left out for a while, I wouldn't.
See, you
Risk
can
it.
eat next day bacon. It's fine. Medical
Your
professionals
wasn't
said that.
next
next
day
day bacon was covered in a whole bunch of other stuff.
That was
It was
rice
longer
and
than a day.
chocolate cake, and that was completely
Chocolate
fine.
cake.
Chocolate
You
cake
know how
doesn't
fast
go
bread
bad.
goes bad. Bread
Chocolate
goes bad.
That's not bread. That's chocolate cake.
It is bread with a
Right.
bunch of sugar on it.
One lands.
I won.
Unlike the Keller that had seemed to have no concept of her of one. The Martha,
Oh, one, the angel.
yeah, immediately goes for a weapon that isn't at her hip.
Going to immediately reach
Yeah.
my sword out.
Which you see her pause when her hand like meets empty air, nothing there.
It's okay. What's on our side?
It's not on your side.
What do you mean one's not on our side?
That's not supposed to exist now.
I figured hey, I probably just made it early.
It's been around for quite a substantial amount of time.
Not really.
Long.
One?
No, 10
are you a
years.
new one, or are
Not
you
10 years.
from a future one?
Those wings that little eyes on them turn, gazing at you, Gifton, and it just goes, "I am here. I am now."
Out of character to Corbin's remember, but one didn't get made until after we freed Heya.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But this
Yeah.
one
But
got
Is
made
Heya
because
coming
we
one?
implanted.
She comes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my.
That doesn't sound ominous.
No.
Out of character, by the way.
Um,
Character.
and a few moments later,
That's death to all.
Heya steps forth from a swirl of sand, darkness, and she sort of just like steps out beside one and gives it a very affectionate pat and goes, "Thank you, one. Did you give it that name, by the way?"
I thought there was one because they said that we are one, we are many, and so I thought it's always been one, right?
I did not say this.
No, but in the future, when I met you, you did.
Oh,
That's a different one.
No,
I
there's
just
the
made
same
this.
one. Yeah, but the one you made. Remember when we were in Zaha?
Yes, I remember making that, but
Yeah, but that one when we met it said we are one, we are many, and they were
Oh.
explaining that they were.
Oh.
and then you
And-
decided
and-
that was a name for it.
That wasn't a name?
Is what she
I
tends
thought that's
to
what
use.
they were explaining who they were, so they were one, right?
Head CMO.
I think it's one because I think that's what it's calling itself now. I think it was just explaining its state, and then
Oh,
became a name.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal naming it.
No, I like others to name my things.
I like one. One is many. It's great.
I will be we.
Stealing and eating.
You can be we. I like we. That's a good name.
Don't just change names.
James changed their name.
Oh, that's
Jimmy.
James. He's a
Going with Jimmy now.
No.
Yep.
Jimbo.
Yeah. Words out of my mouth. Raz is actually going. Yep. Good old Jimbo.
Ah!
Suck it! Everything.
Listen,
I'm getting minded to Pantheon.
you can see that mortal Razmalay is returning on his face briefly.
I think I need to get you new plates.
That look of how far I have fallen.
I hope little Raz is doing okay.
Big Jimmy.
Okay,
I go by Pantheon now.
so
Thanks, all day.
this is a lady from the ship.
Yes.
The large Jimothy.
She is CMO Mark.
Are you responsible for threatening my
Martha.
people?
She is not.
I had no direct involvement in threatening your people, but I am part of the organization and crew that did.
Corvus softly.
She is
Where's-
the highest ranking surviving officer.
She has requested asylum.
Asylum? No. No. I'm not giving asylum to those that worked against not just us, against us.
You have every right to say that here.
They tried to hurt my people. They tried to hurt your family. She's looking at you, Gifton.
Not all of these ones were involved in that, it seems.
What do you mean they're not involved?
They have a lot of them have been having their minds wiped and
Well, they're unaware
reprogrammed.
of the actions of the few.
Whoever is orchestrating all of this is, I think, in that distant place still outside of our time, and they're puppeting all of this, and a lot of these people are just victims, and I could not fathom what they did to the Kellers and to Anaya.
Hayes looking over at Martha and just going, "Are you a victim?" And Martha just shakes her head and goes, "I'm not a victim. I am part of the perpetrating party. While I cannot claim full knowledge of what was going on, I also cannot claim complete ignorance or innocence.
You knew the objectives.
I know the objectives and I know the means that our organization often applies to fulfill such things. However, I am asking for asylum under the knowledge that I will be fully cooperating and helping you essentially get the rest of the Sphinx Initiative off of your backs."
She's already treated us for that bad disease that we got.
I can also supply medical knowledge to help you and your people. That just seems to make Haya angrier. You can see, Cassie, you know that feeling. You can see that fury crossing her face. You can see those sharp teeth of hers baring.
Corvus will step aside.
Yeah. Your Sphinx loved Keller.
Her eyes snap to you, Gifton. My Sphinx.
Anaya, the weakest, the smallest of your Sphinxes. She fell in love with Stephen Keller. They lived a life outside of the pyramid together. And it was beautiful, and she was happy.
There's just
And then
confusion on her face.
She was alone in her pyramid, and people from the Sphinx Initiative came, and they took her away. And they made a ship out of her. So they could use her to do what they wanted with time travel. That's why all those Stevens are here, is they're all bound to her. They kept coming to find Anaya.
They
because they were
Took
linked.
my child.
Gift.
I need her to know what happened. she loves them, Aya. And Stephen said that Martha here is a good person. Of all the people on his crew, he trusted her. He died with Anaya up there.
Uh,
That's
roll,
what they wanted.
roll a persuasion for me.
I'm going to spend a card.
Mhm.
I will find a card to spend after I roll because this will be easier for me. Persuasion. Big on mouse pad. Obey me. I will find a card that I will spend for it.
27?
I'm going to wheel that.
Okay, 30.
So
Good.
give me a 32.
Good roll.
32, actually. That's not bad.
Right. You've met the 30
Above
DC.
30.
Yep.
Thank God.
That anger doesn't fade, Gifton. You can still see it on her face. But you also see her clench her fists and slowly hide
For that.
the fury that's running through her. It's not gone, but it's put beneath something. And at that point, she looks so much like Ellen.
If we succeed, those people that did all of this don't even get to exist. We
I-
win.
Have a decree. You say the killers are victims. Yes?
I believe them to be.
Yes, Martha just sort of nods. And they won't be held accountable for the crimes forced upon them. You and your crew, on the other hand, you yourself will be granted your asylum in return for your aid and all aid to come. You will work and you will make up for your crimes in servitude. How many others of your crew are there? Not the killers. How many are here? Martha actually looks reluctant to answer. You see a look of hesitance on her face.
She will know if you lie, child. One of the
uh,
others was at least considering asking for asylum as well in cooperation.
Telepathy to her if she can receive it. I
Mhm.
know it's in front of Haya,
Haya?
but still. No, to Martha.
Mhm.
I would answer truthfully.
2. They're mine. And she actually looks to the group of you when she says that with a look that you don't often face from her. She's not the ordering or demanding sort. But that cold, simmering hatred in her eyes. I give up again and again my justice. Not again, not with this. They knew what they were doing. They deny knowledge, they keep it from each other to save each other. But they know what they're doing. The other 2 are mine.
You have no objection from me.
She's just staring at a lot of you. You can do what you can roll insights, you can try persuasions,
Corvus has absented himself from this.
Okay. Is that everybody that wants to do that?
Because I'd restart.
I'm fine,
trying to
I'm
look
fine.
Character up.
I'm finding the words, so give me a moment.
My rolls are the
You're finding the words, Gibson, so I'm taking that means you want to do persuasion or something. Want to try and persuade her?
I don't know if it's a persuasion, but it's at the very least it's a statement.
Okay.
Because
Well, for the insiders then,
We'll eventually roll it.
for RG, Telde, Carrick, if you get above a 25, you'll also be privy to this. Okay, 35, yes.
Yeah, for sure did.
There is that look of certainty, like this is what she's demanding, this is what she's wanting, but coexisting with it, there's that look of like, you always push back. Are you going to push back? It's not quite asking for it, but it's there.
To what
It's
purpose?
expected.
my daughter doesn't give up her vengeance. She's wiser than it. These people maybe are manipulating the path to how things are done, but my daughter is not a vengeful goddess.
The rank and file of the ship aren't responsible for what is overall happening, and I don't think any of them were aware of what they were traveling on.
Hurting these two people, it will be hollow.
What else do I get?
You get to know that we killed a crazy archangel for you. We get to go rake these people over the coals that are trying to talk to Talon about stuff. We make sure that this doesn't happen. We try to
And
find the good in this. I mean, Anaya could have a happy life. These people won't have to happen. We can.
At the end of
That
the
is
day,
the
like I said,
sweetest
they've
vengeance
already-
of all, isn't it? Is we make a world better than them in spite of them.
At the end of the day, they will not have existed.
I can't tell you what to do, my daughter. But I think you're better than that. I think you're better than just cruelly doing whatever you're doing to two mortal lives. You're better than a Fey Lord or a Fey Lady or Morgani, um, or Orlin or any of them. I think you're better than them. Because you understand us a lot better than them. And unless you know that they are willfully committing this crime, give them a chance to surrender the way she has. If they choose not to, they are yours to punish. And I think that's fair. If they do not acquiesce, they deserve what comes for them.
And just maybe
If
those that are behind
if-
all this will come out.
if they will work the way you are going to make her work, then you make them work. But
Make them earn their forgiveness.
What do you term as them acquiescing? What excuse will I be given yet again to deny me even the slightest amount of satisfaction?
that other officer, the one that was looking like she wanted to say something, Martha, who are they?
Her name's Claire. Claire Branson. She's one of our newer crew members. She's communications officer.
Would she have been the one getting any communications sent, or were they sending two individual people?
She would have been relaying orders.
She might
Then
be able.
she deserves the most scrutiny then. Does she not?
Martha closes her eyes, and you can see the sort of reluctance there. She is most likely to know what was going on.
Then she
I
can
think
testify and point out those who are responsible and ordered it.
she could.
Good.
Those people are not here or around. They are far flung from anything that we can ever do.
Not
Not
Quite.
completely.
That's actually
But-
no. He's right. Orders are given from aliases, and
They protect themselves within layers, within layers, within layers, correct?
Yes,
you've
you
got to
could
understand
maybe-
we don't exist. As far as the rest of the Sphinx Initiative is concerned, we are deleted files, and
Madam, I have many years, and I have traveler if need be. I will find whoever I need to.
I don't think you're going to have Traveler. Oh, you mean you want to look them up now? Oh, okay. But what I was going to say is, hey, you have always granted your people that you would not invade their minds and that you would not look at them the way the other gods look at mortals, right?
yeah,
That is the punishment for this crew. That is the start. You would know them.
they can be part of whatever this trial becomes. They can plead their innocence if they want. But this is it. If I can't even have this, She just shakes her head tiredly. I'm being abused.
Then take your two then.
No,
You've been through enough.
disappointing
No.
you hurts more than this.
Oh, my daughter, if they have hurt you this badly, and I
Not just them that hurt me like this. Why am I always the one that has to understand and be better so that I can be hurt again? Why do you love them more than me?
don't. I love you most. And I'm scared that someday they're going to look at you in fear. And I don't want that. I want them to know that when you make a decision, you've given every chance for somebody to do right. And that you're right. And they have no corner to say anything. And they aren't going to put you in some damn hole because I'm scared of what these fearful idiots do. And I don't want you to hurt anymore.
You know what I want?
What?
Argue whatever case you see fit for them when my uncle holds whatever trial he desires. And I will abide by whatever decision is made. That is reasonable, isn't it?
It is, but I don't want to have to make you be reasonable. I don't think you should have to be reasonable. I don't know what I want to do. I am so tired of being reasonable. I am so tired of listening to terrible things being done to people for no good reason. I hate the fact that my people exist because somebody wanted their sister back so bad they condemned an entire race to suffer. I am so tired of being hated because my people fell. I am so tired of how the gods treat their own children. I am so tired of what they do to their angels. I am so tired of how people treat each other all of the time.
You understand.
I still It's like I have no will of my own. It's like I can't stop it. Help me stop it.
She offers her hand out to you, Gifton. Goes, let us have justice.
I'm a little gifted right now, so this
Mhm.
hand offering's really awkward.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand the scope
Climb
of
on it.
Well,
Totally
so
climb
well,
on it.
I mean, she offers her hand out to you, palm up. This could be taken as a take my hand, or you could alight yourself on it. Anything is a reasonable gesture. But that's where we're going to end this week's session.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because suddenly the Fire Nation attacks.
Right.
We're ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Everybody take a cool 3,000 experience points.
Yeah.
Oh, Corvus.
Yes. Hi.
Hea offered everybody a boon for fulfilling her holy... Morgana, yes. A boon for fulfilling her holy crusade. Could everybody just tell Corvus what you had chosen? Starting with Kaerik.
Hey, I
Oh,
was the
wait.
first one to have to tell the story, but sure.
I am looking at your order on OBS, so...
It's fine. I asked for the bloodline that leads to Carrick to be
watched over.
watched over. So
Oh,
she
so
is
this is
assigned
just
an
like
angel.
an ass.
Yes.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
not
an...
an actual boon.
yeah.
This is not a 5e boon.
Kronos was
Not a
freed
mechanical-
from the obligation of prayer.
And given a blank slate to start on.
Yep. Telde
Oh, fuck.
wanted a conversation with Morgani privately. Will be granted that. Gifton wanted essentially the whole way that the angels are treated and so on to just like push for it to be better. Push with all your might, Morgani. Cassie wanted information of, hey, can I kill these people? Unfortunately, was not granted it.
Hey, if they showed up on your
Mhm.
continent, would there be a bounty for it?
I mean, you know that if they show up on her continent, then they are essentially
Just dead.
hers.
Hers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would Corvus have asked for?
Can I get back to you on
No,
that?
I made everyone else choose on the spot.
Yeah.
We had a second to decide, so you got to do it too. I'm
Mhm.
recording
Yeah.
still. So.
Yep, so am I.
You essentially had long enough as the person before us getting asked.
Yeah.
You have a moment to consider, but
I think
You don't
forget
keep
the
a god
most
wasting.
important request.
by being last.
Mhm.
We did forget the most important request.
Oh, Dingus wanted the kiss.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dingus got
that's
some
what he
smooches. I thought he wanted affection, but, you know.
Well, he translated
Yes,
concept and emotions of what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting one piety this week.
Oh yes, everybody gets their the singular piety. You already got or everyone already got their bonus Morgani piety.
Apologize for the gift and breakdown, but it's been coming.
Oh no, it's good.
Yeah, no,
I like it.
that was very in character.
So, what does Corvus ask for?
How so?
We have no idea what the constraints were. You what
Just
great and
asked.
mighty
was
thing can the
basically
gods
just
magic
saying,
do for you?
Okay.
She went. You
Exactly
just
as much information we had, technically more at this point.
yeah. She asked, "Do you want great
Yeah.
power? Do you want unknown secrets? What is it you desire?"
Oh, why did you have to say unknown secrets? Ah!
Because she's tried to tempt you.
I know she is.
And she's a goddess of secrets.
Ask for a sandwich.
I did suggest that somebody wanted a sandwich.
I thought it was gonna be Dingus.
No, Dingus knows he gets food already from someone, so he went for something more.
If
Dingus
it was
wants a
another
personal
god,
care.
he might have asked for food.
Oh God, there we go.
Oh, I just got to verify charisma deception checks.
Hooray!
You did
Because
it.
I'm getting nervous now.
Nice.
I need at least 3 more games.
Come on,
So I
Marcus.
can get
How
10s in both the other 2.
you was this a secret ask or was this
Nope.
This
like
is
out in the open?
entirely
Public.
Well, other than
Okay.
Dingus's,
Other
because
than Dinguses, okay.
he didn't telepath the rest of us.
Your children were out in reality. They were beyond the scope of what the dreamer is. If possible, without detriment to my own psyche, what power or secrets can I obtain beyond that veil?
I'm afraid that's not within my power to grant you.
Well, pick something else.
You want such things, you need to speak to my children. They went where I could not.
Then let me speak to your children.
Is this truly what you want?
This is going to be a reality that's going to be forced upon everyone. And I'm supposed to be its representative, and I know nothing of what is beyond that. I don't want to go back to the dreamer. I don't want to end.
He holds up a hand. I need not know your reasoning, only your ask.
Allow me to have the secrets and knowledge that your children have experienced.
Again, I cannot just give you that. It is not within my power. But if you wish to obtain it from my children, I can give you permission.
Then that is what I request.
Certainly. They will know, when you journey on to them, that you are to answer, that they are to answer your questions on order from their mother. One of them is in this building right now.
No.
2 of them, in fact. The rest you are journeying to see. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that'll be awkward.
Hmm.
Catching up to that next session, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, put down my 3,000 XP.
It's definitely been a while since I played Arch because I've now realized again another thing from the combat I completely forgot about.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Cloak head for a really long fucking time.
Also, several of us have the Nyxborn. Use it.
Oh, actually, I probably would have said that wouldn't have worked anyway because Michael was ignoring illusionary shit, and that's essentially how that works.
That's fair.
Oh, the displacement cloak.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Michael went out of her way to make sure she would never fall for a Mirror's Angel trap again in her life.
Michael's pure existence is knowing what is real.
Secrets. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, Gifton
only-
and Cass has Nyxborn, right?
And
Yeah,
Cash
and
used hers.
I have in fact made sure to keep track of the fact that I take half from divine damage. I don't use the Nyxborn cloak all the time because it's not always appropriate.
Yeah.
Because it does take